Hey everyone, welcome to episode 3 of Rookies and Rulebooks. Here we are. I think we've done it. We've gotten the stream off and running. I had a few things I had to fix in the background while that countdown was going, so I'm glad this worked and that my audio, I think, is coming through. Everything sounds good. We've got music. We've got audio. I think. Thumbs up. I'll find out soon if I'm wrong. We have 4 wonderful rookies that we are going to cut to right now. But before that, we're going to play our cool little channel intro, our little campaign intro, and then we'll go to introductions and get a little bit of a recap on where we're at. So... Well, I hit the buttons in the wrong order, but here we are. We are here.
You did it.
Hey, so last session we did bottom to top introductions. Today we're going to go 2 and then 4 and then 1 and then 3. Can you guys handle that?
Math.
Am I 2?
You're player number 2.
I'm 2. Hi, I'm Kiwi, Jess. I play Aurelia, and I like whatever you like, so let's be friends.
Player number 4. Player number 4 is muted because we have a little button on top of our mic to mute it.
My name is Zach, and I play Godrick, the Leonin Warlock. And I'm not familiar enough with you guys to know if I like what you like. So keep that to yourself.
And player number 1.
Hi, I'm David B. I'm playing Vandal, the rogue dwarf, and I hate everything. Life is sad.
Life is
I like
pain.
that I've set a precedent. This is good.
Emo's not dead. Emo's not dead.
Last but not least, player number 3.
Hello, I'm player number 3, also known as Jillian Marie. Oh, that rhymed. Let me go. I am Daerwyn, the Shadar-Kai Ranger, and I don't know if what anyone here really likes, except that this one up there really enjoys whoever she's talking to. And I'm just trying to make sure that no one here gets murdered.
Well, hopefully you haven't offended anyone with your Scottish accent. We will...
I'm still
No, it's great. It's great. It's great. I'm just cracking jokes. Our last few sessions, we were introduced to Volo Thamp Godarm, the famed author and poet, scholar laureate, entrepreneur, and he had tasked you guys with finding his missing friend, Floon Blagmar. That led you into the clutches of a gang war, and the Xanathar Guild and the Zentarim, finding them through the dock ward, and eventually into the sewers where you encountered a Mind Flayer and his Intellect Devourer lackeys, and you successfully rescued both Floon and Rainier, and have now returned to the Yawning Portal for your reward.
Ooh.
You guys have all leveled up.
Bolo?
Well, we're going to get there. You guys have all leveled up. You guys can all hit that long rest button on your character sheet if you haven't already. And you have a wonderful night of drinks and a meal and kind of
we made merry.
Yeah, making merry and honestly relaxing at the tavern after 2 days of hard fighting. And Volo leads you to, Volo meets you in the morning, and he tells you, meet me at Trollskull Alley in the North Ward. Which Trollskull Alley. Which, if you guys already have Roll20 up, that is the alleyway you see, Trollskull Alley in the North Ward.
I should probably log in, shouldn't I?
You definitely should. So this is.
I was like, just put it on the thing. Nope, I gotta log in.
This is Trollskull Alley. Oh, I forgot I wanted a mouse for this. You know what? I just had the mouse for this. I don't remember where I put it. Well, that was good planning, Sean.
Woo.
I had set aside the mouse for this and everything. But this is Trollskull Alley. The North Ward of Waterdeep is a more erudite, more affluent section of the city compared to what you experience with the Dock Ward. So to get to Trollskull Alley from where you were, you have to make your way through the Market Ward, which is this sort of almost packed, dense area of these tents and stalls and all sorts of 3-story buildings with bridges in between the different areas and shops on every floor. It's a shopping mall converted into a Renaissance city, basically. So think the American shopping mall, all these tiers and different stories with all shop fronts everywhere, but it's made out of Renaissance era buildings. Going,
delightful.
It is. You can pretty much find anything in the Market Ward of Waterdeep. Moving from there, you move into the North Ward. You pass the City of the Dead, which is a gigantic graveyard in the center of Waterdeep, and then to the North Ward, which is upper middle class for Waterdeep. So you have lots of multi-story manor houses or small shop fronts on the ground floor, with these apartment buildings or flats above them, condos. Some of them are single resident families built above shop fronts. Some of them are just residence buildings. You pass a few manor houses and manor properties with full gated yards, full almost villa level properties. So you're kind of seeing everything throughout the North Ward. It's the scale of has money to has too much money.
Yeah.
Eventually, you make your way to
and they named one of their alleys Trollskull.
Yeah, so you get to eventually you get to
This upper middle class area.
eventually you get to
Trollskull.
So Trollskull Alley, as you guys approach Trollskull Alley, it is not the same level of affluence as everything else around it, but it is still very, very, very nice. You notice as you enter what is labeled, I don't know if they're actually labeled on your version of the map, but the map that you guys have in your handout screen, you also have the map in the handout if you don't want to use it on Roll20. As you enter through the south entrance, to the left is a little baker. That's that unlabeled building to the left off the south entrance. And then a few of these homes and sort of apartment buildings. To your right is this... first floor is a shop front, and that shop front is labeled, because I have my labels here somewhere that I put away. That shop front is labeled Corlon's Crown. Then you have a 2-story sort of very nice looking residence, and on top of that is this beautiful greenhouse built on the roof of this building. Right across from that, labeled T1, is Trollskull Alley. or Trollskull Manor, excuse me. It is this sort of... Oh, that's not what I wanted.
Ooh.
Does someone live there?
How do I make this do what I want it to do? Give me just 1 second, friends.
Anticipation.
I thought I had this set up right, and apparently I don't.
That's okay.
We'll do it live.
Yes, we will.
Still alive.
We'll do it live.
Please bear with me.
Curse word.
1 second,
Curse word
friends.
thing sucks.
Still alive.
We'll put that on the merch.
This is
Rookies and Rulebooks, and then
We'll do it
byline
live.
will just be.
That's what I was trying to set up during the intro. So you have this, what looks like it was once a very beautiful 3-story manor house has now fallen into complete and total disrepair.
So it's vacant.
This is vacant, yes. It's a 4-story tall, the 4th story being this sort of attic room residence that's got a turret and what looks like 5 chimneys jutting off of it, and it's probably one of the more grand buildings you've passed on your way through the north. We're just shy of those giant single family villas. But it is in complete and total disrepair. And Volo, you see, swings open the doors on the bottom floor and says, "Oh, good, you've joined me. Yes, this is it. This is the manor house that I spoke of. This is Trollskull Manor. Welcome home."
To your, is it it's your home?
Oh, well, it for now, yes, but it of course won't be. It's going to be your home. That was our deal. If I couldn't pay you, which of course I sadly was not able to get an advance on my book deal. So it's yours.
Is he telling the truth
you,
when he says that he didn't get this book deal?
Roll an insight check.
Ooh.
Is that 20?
So yeah, it'll be a d20 and it'll add your insight to that roll.
Ooh. Oh, I hate these
He's a
dice.
liar.
Dice jail. Dice jail.
Yeah, all of them need to be in jail. They're all in jail, and I hate them all, and I'm just going to give up on having
You
dice.
can roll
I'm just
on
gonna
roll
start rolling
20.
them this.
I have
I should have done
better-
that. I should
better-
have done that, but I've
I
already
do have
rolled
better
and it was
luck
an 8.
on D&D Beyond.
Plus
I'm just
3,
gonna
so
open up Baldur's
11.
Gate and turn on that
The karmic dice.
yeah.
Yeah, turn on karmic dice in Baldur's Gate. For those that don't know and have played Baldur's Gate actually cheats on your dice rolls.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a good way. It's fine. It's to the benefit of the player.
Not on my fucking game. I turned it off. Does 11 work? On board?
11. You don't notice any tells that he's lying about that.
Okay.
He says, but don't worry, I have a magistrate coming now to sign the transfer papers, and you notice he's pointing towards the north entrance of the alley, just north of you, and there is very rotund man in sort of city robes with a clipboard and scrolls, and he says, yes, the transfer of the manor, and he hands the papers to Volo, and Volo signs it, and then he passes the papers off to you. And he says, one or all of you, whoever's accepting the transfer, should sign for it.
Question. Just because I'm curious, I'm trying to visualize this. Exactly how, because like from the photo, How
Yeah.
dilapidated is this manor?
Very.
Okay.
Very. On a scale of 1 to very, it is very.
Okay.
The windows are boarded up. There's shingles falling off the roof. Most of the glass is broken. Kind of peering in, you see the bottom floor of this manor is not a manor, but a tap room, like a tavern room. But there's chairs that are missing legs, tables tipped over. It is not an active tap room, but it at one point would have been a tavern.
So Volo, this obviously needs a lot of work. But before we sign anything,
Quite. That's why I bought it.
Are there any liens or tax burdens that we are going to be accepting if we is there a standard upkeep now that we will be routinely paying it, or do you own this free and clear and now we will own it free and clear?
Well, I own it. Of course, I own it free and clear. The only recurring cost would be, of course, the city tax, the fire tax. But you pay those on any residence, and if you stay in any in-house or tap room here in the city, that's part of your room and board, so to speak. The only recurring cost would be, I think, if you wanted to operate a business out of it, you just pay guild fees.
Okay.
Can I read the documents we're signing?
Sure. Roll me a... This would just be a straight intelligence check.
Okay. Is it 20? I'm gonna do it on.
I would-
I'm gonna do it on the thing.
I would also can I also come along on that check?
Sure.
Just
Certainly.
Well, they're.
can I do it in an
Oh.
Right, Jill.
All dice.
I was gonna say, while they're reading the
All
papers,
dice.
Daerwyn is kind of just like peeking through the windows and is worryingly looking back at everybody, like really, like
It's,
finger
you know.
wiping with the dust.
I
and
mean, it
just,
looks.
I got it.
It looks like if you do fix it up, it would be quite the nice place, but it's been in disrepair for some time. Zach, what'd you get?
I got a 10.
A 10. So, Eyes of the Runekeeper does not translate legalese, sadly. But as far as the two of you can tell, yeah, legalese. As far
it's like a legal document.
yeah, that's what lawyers speak. As far as you guys can tell, it is a pretty standard.
No obvious pitfalls like Volo actually still owns it.
Make
or-
sure of that.
Yeah, it doesn't give any rights to Volo. It doesn't give any rights to the city. There is, of course, tax law in the city that wouldn't necessarily be cited here.
Sure.
But yeah, it just transfers, and as is without no inspectors, ownership of the building.
Well, should we all sign it? Just to, it's we're kind of accepting this payment as our group, and then we'll decide how we're gonna move forward, right?
Yep.
If we all sign it, we all basically are saying that we together take ownership.
After you.
Does everyone
Yeah,
sign the
I'll sign.
document?
I'm
Yeah,
signing.
we all
Yeah.
sign it.
Begrudgingly.
All right. Volo says, "Wonderful. I will be along in a few days. See how you're holding up. See how everything looks, and love to see what you do with the place."
Likewise.
And Volo's off.
Can I go inside and check the tavern?
I would like to. Yeah. Walk inside.
Has they got any liquor in
try to
there?
find a chair.
Uh,
Yeah. Look behind. This guy.
You are able to find a serviceable chair.
Just one.
Any alcohol?
Can I do an insight check to see if the foundation is still good?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Foundation.
Oh yeah, he's a dwarf.
Yeah. Roll me a stone's cunning roll. That'll be in this case, either I will let you use wisdom or intelligence, your choice.
He's a
They're
dwarf,
both the
but
same.
dwarfs are beefy. So
Yeah, but he's all about
Yeah.
digging in the
In
ground.
in
and rocks
older
and-
in older editions of Dungeons and Dragons, dwarves were able to detect like a subtle downgrade in the slope, or if there was a draft of
Alright.
wind coming through a tunnel.
I rolled a 14 plus 1.
Yeah, the bones of the building look sound. So you don't notice anywhere where there's like a big crack going down several stories or anything. It probably needs a new coat of paint. It probably needs new windows. It needs to be probably re-roofed. Maybe some new flooring on the interior and furniture, right? Like it's not the worst thing in the world. A good coat of
a bit
paint
of a
and a good
fixer-upper.
cleaning. Yeah, absolutely. It's still a beautiful, beautiful
And-
tap room.
Can we use one of the I want to say whistling bird, but I know that's from the Mandalorian and not what the little like
The paper birds.
like paper birds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do you guys think it'd be a good idea to try to like call a contractor and like have a meeting
Are we about to play
what
The Sims right now?
Yeah, get an estimate
do
to
we
see
need
how
to
much
do?
it'll
What are we gonna
cost
do
to
with
remodel
this-
the house.
with this
The
place?
magistrate did mention that they would have a representative of the guilds come through tomorrow to meet with you guys. So,
Okay.
and a quick note on how this session's going to run. Some stuff we're going to do moment by moment. Other stuff we're going to do day by day. So this is going to be this is not going to be moment by moment as we've done the previous two sessions. This is a much longer spanning time period here.
Yeah.
You're not locked to individual action.
We don't have to sit here and wait for like tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't have to go moment by moment through. Yeah, however you guys want to progress time, we can progress time. Whatever I want to progress time, we can progress time, etc.
So my big question for y'all is: are we setting up our clubhouse with a bar in the basement and all of our individual
Clubhouse?
spaces?
1,000%.
You know,
1,000%
yeah,
bar.
like we have a working bar, and that's
We
how we're
need
gonna
drinks.
get like jobs, and then we'll have like like a steady income and place
Yeah.
to put people. You know, maybe, and then we'll all have our own
Does
little
that mean
layers.
we get free drinks? Because it's our own.
I think it
Yeah,
does.
that's
mean.
exactly
Well,
what
I don't
hold
think they're
on,
free, 'cause
hold
I think
on.
we're gonna be paying
You're
for
still
everything.
paying for the drinks.
Well, yes.
So they're not.
But not
at
like-
full-
But
not
other
at
full
people,
price.
but we'll have a
Yeah.
we'll have a passive income maybe. I'm very excited about the idea of
Owning a
having the
tavern.
bar, and then like upstairs is all of our like we each, because it seems like this building is plenty
Can we
big
each
enough
get a floor?
for us to each have like a suite. I don't know about floors.
Uh,
How many floors? Like 4 floors.
Would you like to? Would you
But
guys
the
like
bottom is
to?
the tavern.
Would you guys like to explore the?
It's 3
Yes,
floors
yeah,
in the
I-
attic,
yeah,
I think.
All
you
right.
said.
Darren,
Yeah.
Darren wants to explore the manor. Just looking around.
Can I test the acoustics inside?
Yeah. Give me a.
What do you think you are, a bard?
Give me a performance check.
Okay.
You will have to perform something based on
yes,
how
you
good
will
you roll.
absolutely.
Oh
have-
god.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want you guys to know the roll does not reflect my actual. Anyways, oh god. That's a 5.
Yeah, no pressure.
Woo!
Give us a 5 scale of performance.
All right, I go. All right. I'm gonna check the acoustics.
It is quite. It is quite echoey.
This is why he's not a bard. This is why Vandal is not a bard.
Doesn't reflect my actual life. This is all. Anyways.
Is there one of these rooms potentially maybe that one that's got the like big bay window type thing? Is there a room that at one point would have been a library, Sean? Like with a lot of shelves.
we will. Yeah, we're gonna go through that right now. I'm just trying to get the map to work the way I need it to.
Darren wants the spire. Can she just live in the little spire?
I won't fight you for the spire.
That's all she needs.
I won't fight you for the spire either.
Yeah, Sam. You can.
That's
have
what if my wife Emily ever comes into the as a guest in the campaign, that would also be where she would want to hang out. There's a big spire gal.
Everyone wants the spire.
Ooh.
So
Look
we're
at
gonna
there.
we're gonna kind of go through floor by floor, but you guys get the full
Yay.
map there. Give me one sec, fellas.
I appreciate that this
Yeah.
is D&D meets The Sims, how we get to decorate our own
Yeah.
home and start a
Kinda.
business. And
Yeah.
Really
So
enjoying that.
for those viewers at home, I am gonna post the map in the Rookies and Rulebooks channel in the Discord, so that you guys can see that map. You can also Google Trollskull Manor map, and you'll find it that way as well. It is not a map of my designing. It is a map you can easily find via Google Images, but I'm going to post it in the Discord so that whoever wants to see it can see it, because honestly, this map does not show up very well on the stream overlays, so just go check there for that. But give me one sec while I do that.
I'm so hyped right now.
We're going to start on the first floor on the bottom left there of the map. This is the tap room. So it has
Lovely L-shaped bar. Love
lovely
that.
L-shaped bar.
A hearth.
It has a hearth, and it has so to one side there's a hearth. There's spots for several tables around. There's a big sign on it on behind the bar that's painted Trollskull Tap Room. That sign's all peeling away. The paint's all chipping. And to one corner, you've got this big open area under the turret with large bay windows looking out. Big hearth in the center. There's a kitchen and a pantry and a cellar as well. There's a few kegs that look like they may still have ale in them. But plenty of broken kegs and broken open kegs. Looks like while this place was abandoned, people sort of just helped themselves.
Okay.
Brave.
Well, that's rude. I'd like to try to find like a well corked bottle or anything behind the bar.
What's the door? What's the door behind the bar there? Can we go into it?
like
Yeah,
a storeroom?
that's down to there's a little trap door there down to the wine cellar.
Ooh, a wine.
And that's the bottom right.
Yeah,
Or
the
no?
bottom right is the wine cellar as well. Yeah.
Cool.
Much like chat, you guys are probably also better off looking at the map in the Google Drive rather than the one on Roll20, because that is labeled. The one in the Google Drive is labeled. The one on Roll20 is not.
Oh, cool. Yeah. It's now it's renamed. Nice. Oh, this is so cool. In the pantry, in the kitchen, big hearth in the kitchen. I love our house, guys. Are we gonna rename it from Trollskull Manor and the Trollskull Tap Room?
Yes. What do we want to call it?
I kinda dig Trollskull.
I will say above the hearth in the tavern, in the tap room, there is what looks like a creature mount that whatever was on there was pulled off. So it does look like at some point there was a troll skull there.
Right.
But it's been
Well,
removed.
next time we fight a troll, we'll just bring its skull back.
Yeah.
Didn't we fight
Put
a
it right
troll
back
in
up
the? No.
Yeah.
it was-
You guys did
No,
fight.
we
with
healed-
Can we go back to
we
the? Can we
healed-
go back to the other bar and get skull?
Okay, we healed it, but then Flaming McFlamesword.
I'm never letting him live it down.
Killed it.
Darn it.
you hold on. You could say that you healed it in order to make it a more challenging fight, right? You just wanted.
Yeah.
Sure. let's go with that.
I didn't know I said this in the pre-show. Sean described him as like furtive and like he didn't seem like he wanted to be there. And what I said in the pre-show is the stingray that killed Steve Irwin was not the bad guy. He was just doing stingray things. We all accept that
Stingray's
in the
just
biology
Stingray's
world.
just stingray.
But he was just doing
sharks
troll
be sharks.
things. They
Hashtag
went down in this
hashtag just troll things.
just troll things. He was just doing troll things. They went into his house and he was carrying one of them. So I thought like maybe he was like, oh, there's bad shit down there. Like this is not, you need to belong back up here. So there's a lot of context clues that could have gone the other way until he started swiping. You know.
Until he
Anyway,
almost
I
killed one
like
of our party
Trollskull
members.
as the name, by the way.
I'm
You
fine
guys,
with keeping it.
You guys don't have to decide. You guys don't have to decide now. You can think about it, talk about it.
Sean, is there a role I can do or something that I would just know in one of my, because like my character trait is research. If in the community, if this was to would there be like nostalgia or like would it be good to like revitalize kind of this landmark? Like if we
went from
reopen
Sims to
the
bar
Trollskull
rescue.
tap room,
Let's go.
you know,
certainly.
Like if we,
So you have
would we have a built-in base of customers?
yeah. So researcher doesn't tell you the information, but it does tell you where to find the information.
Right.
So if you wanted to spend a day either kind of canvassing the neighborhood, talking to the locals, talking to your neighbors, you could do that and find out. Or you could also go to the... I should know the name of this off the top of my head, but I don't. The Temple of Ogma in the city, which I don't know the name of. It's got like a name.
Let's cue that. I assume at some point in the future, after we're done exploring and we talk, we'll probably all go off
you guys can all go do.
I'll just cue that up for the future. But we don't have to. I don't have to stop what we're doing.
Financial question.
Mm-hmm.
So for us to like refurbish and furniture and all that stuff, how would we go about that in terms of like our coin and stuff? Do we just have like a side we do every day and then a little bit every day, or?
You will talk to the you guys will talk to the guilds tomorrow after we've explored the town.
Yeah. I'm willing to invest all 80 of my gold into
so here in the tap room itself, there's no stairway going up. This is just its own single floor. There's no access to the upstairs from here. If you go out and around the building, so the entrance to Trollskull the entrance to the tavern is facing the alleyway. The main entrance to the home is on the main street. So if you go around to the main street, there is a stairwell going up, and that will lead you to the second floor, right into this beautiful old common room. There is a couple couches in there. There's a hearth and what looks like a... no, sorry, this is the common room. The common room is, if I'm not mistaken... the common room is the dining room. So there's a long table there with places for people to sort of set their cloaks or their robes, with jackets, what have you, and doorways splitting off two ways with a large hearth there in the center. There's a portrait on the wall, but the canvas has been torn from the portrait, so you have no idea whose face was once here. Moving from there, I'm just going to kind of give you the whole first floor. You guys stop me wherever you want. On the north end of the building, the first floor has what looks like a large, cozy den with under where the turret is, this big circular round section with bay windows looking out over, the open street on the main street and slightly into the alley. That has a balcony off of it. This is where those sort of old, dilapidated, moldy couches are. And then Down a short hallway, there's balconies sort of on all sides of this building from different angles. There is a large sort of ensuite bedroom and then a small spare bedroom as well on the first floor.
Second floor.
Second on the first floor of the manor, yeah. Second floor
Right.
of the building itself. Up the next flight of stairs, there is on the third floor there is a library/study. None of the books are remotely legible as far as who they, what they were or who they once belonged to. But there is 2 bedrooms, a large L-shaped bedroom and then sort of a master bedroom, both of which have a private bath. And then there is a smaller public bathroom on the third floor as well. The turret is off of the smaller bedroom in the third floor. And then finally, the fourth floor is the attic bedroom and then a large attic storeroom.
So do you have to
Can I
go?
access the turret
It's the
attic?
yeah.
No, the turret is only accessible from the third floor bedroom.
Can I look out? Does the attic have like a way to look out?
Yeah, there are windows on all sides. It's got those sort of like garret. You could see it in the picture there. It's got those garret windows jutting out.
Daerwyn will have.
I do not care what bedroom I take. I just would like access to the library and study.
So I was going to say you can also convert the den or library into bedrooms as well.
Daerwyn doesn't need to sleep, so.
Oh yeah, you just need to meditate.
You just want to take the turret.
Daerwyn
you could have
doesn't like Shadar-Kai don't sleep, so she is perfectly content with the attic.
You guys can either what we
want
could
the
do is
attic, or do you want the bedroom with the turret?
She's fine with the attic because she just needs somewhere to meditate. So she's cool with. She likes dark places, so like she's kosher with the attic.
Does anyone have strong feelings on one bedroom or another?
What do you think, Jess? Which one do you want?
Oh. I don't know.
Unless
I'm
anyone
a
else
kind
wants
of
it.
gal.
The second floor has all the balconies. The third floor has the private baths and the study. The den is the largest room by far. If someone wanted to use that as a bedroom.
Could I put my bed in the library? And
yeah,
I just want like a little cot and like just be surrounded by books. And
do you want a hammock? Do you want a hammock suspended between bookcases?
Yes. Okay. Like that's kind of the vibe, that just like so many stacks of books, and this whole like you said that they're like old and musty, but I'm like, are they are they recoverable to like clean the books off and see what some of them might be?
None of the books here would be recoverable necessarily. With some time, you might be able to learn the titles of them, but like you wouldn't get much information out of them.
Okay.
So Godrick sure is the library.
Daerwyn, if that's all right with the rest of my group.
Yeah,
that's fine.
If no one else wants the attic too, I don't want to be like it's mine. So if anyone else wants it,
I don't mind you having the attic.
So that leaves, as far as the third floor, we have the master bedroom and the L-shaped bedroom with the turret, and then the first floor we have that other bedroom.
I personally think Aurelia should have the master bedroom with the private bath for guests.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes.
Or speaking of guests,
on the second floor, the whole
bedroom
floor
with the
fire.
spare bedroom.
all by herself with the entryway.
It's a spare room. Spare room can be any sort of dungeon theme or anything that you want it to be.
Yeah, whatever Aurelia's into.
Private office, jungle gym.
For sure. Very private. Very
No, we
private
don't.
office.
It's got, you can look through it's got all the fireplaces have like that, you could look through them to see into the next room if you wanted. They have a shared fireplace between the two rooms.
I don't want. Don't want.
So, well, but the master bedroom is the only private bath with the fireplace in it.
Yes.
That's if you want the
the
jacuzzi tub.
That's
The
probably
third floor has
bedroom,
two with
but
fire.
yeah.
The master bedroom though has the fireplace in the bathroom.
Looks into the bathroom,
So your jacuzzi tub.
The L-shaped room has the fireplace just by itself. That's the only room with the fireplace by itself. That and the attic.
Oh, Aurelia, you should definitely have the master bedroom.
Thank you. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And then Vandal, do you want the floor to yourself, or do you want the L shape with the turret?
Oh God. Great question.
Decisions.
I like the idea. I like the idea of all of us
the
being on the
rooms
same floor.
a little
Like
bit, yeah.
because of in case we get attacked. Like
Also,
then
you
we'd
can,
all be like third floor.
if you wanted to run it as a business, you could rent out that other room as
second floor. That's what I was thinking
the
too.
second,
like,
the
as a
bedroom and the
small
spare
hotel or
spare
something,
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could be, or like if we
I
have
only
like,
have
if we rescued Floon and we need someone to put him, we'd have like the
yeah,
downstairs
guest
that we
room.
put him.
Yeah.
Gotta hide him somewhere.
I only have one
Yeah.
last question.
Mhm.
How much noise bleed do we get in the rooms for nocturnal
How
activities?
We'll have to talk to the guild. We'll have to talk to the guild about soundproofing.
Yeah, you'll have to talk to the guild
can
of
we soundproof?
the guild of sound dampening and
Yeah.
Yes.
I just don't want
Because
to
I don't wanna
hear
put too
things in
much
the middle of the
noise.
night.
sure.
I don't want to put too much of myself into
Screaming
the character,
or,
but
whatever.
Being a
Yeah,
lion,
no one
like,
wants to hear
exploring
screaming or
probably
anything.
lion snores.
Is that
so
how it happens with
there-
screaming? Okay.
There are beds in here currently. You don't want to sleep on them, but you guys have your bed rolls at least until the furniture is replaced. So you guys can strip whatever off the beds and just throw your bed
Yeah.
rolls on top of them.
Also, just to make it official, I'll take the L-shaped bathroom with the private bath.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's what I had
So-
marked down. Oh, there are two privies.
do we wanna-
There are two actual spare privies on the Oh, and you know what? Actually, I should note the private bathroom on the master. These rooms are probably mislabeled on this map. The private bathroom off the master, the one labeled the master, is actually the one that is not the private bath. It's the one that, so everyone would use that private bath. The L-shaped is the one with the actual private bath.
It looks like the one
Also,
that's
wait,
off the
don't do
private
there.
bath that's off the master bathroom. The master bedroom has like a Jack and Jill like entrance.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Door.
saying.
Yeah.
But
We just lock
Well,
the.
do y'all
the jack
want
side.
to yeah, you just lock the jack side, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do y'all want to go down to the tap room and discuss the future of Trollskull Manor?
Yeah.
What
Sure.
ideas do y'all have?
Real quick though,
and then we can-
Aurelia, do you want that private bath? Because you can. I'll switch.
if you want the L for the more privacy,
want the
Aurelia.
L.
Do I want to take the L?
Do you want to take the L, Aurelia?
Do you want to take the L?
But then you have to share your bathroom, David.
I'll
But
share
we
it
have the
with Godrick.
privies too. Like
Plus, we're two hairy men, so I mean.
One of you's
He's
a
a lion,
dwarf
I'm
and
a
one of you's a
dwarf.
lion.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, you know what? That's a lot.
I mean,
hey, there's a mechanic. There's a mechanic we haven't used yet in this D&D game because it's hard for me to remember digitally, but I just remembered it. David, I'd like you to find the spot on your sheet that says inspiration and give yourself a point of inspiration.
Oh, fun. It's at the
Okay,
top.
why?
by your hit points.
Why does he get a point of
For giving up his
inspiration?
room? Calling us hairy men.
Because of the hairy men joke.
Oh.
I can
Alright,
give
can I
out
just click on
inspiration. Just click on it.
Heck yeah.
You can have one
Yeah.
point of inspiration at any time. We'll explain what it means later. And I give out inspiration for whatever the hell I want. That's how inspiration
Hell yeah.
works. I'm going to give myself a reminder here on my desk next time to remember to give inspiration. I have little inspiration tokens that I'll use to remind myself. You guys can also wait till tomorrow to discuss if you guys wanted.
Well, I'd love to hear what the guild people, some sort of pricing or financial plan.
But I think we also need to know like officially what we want to do with the tavern. And I do like the idea of running it as a business and hopefully having some passive income. I also do like the idea of like maybe running the second floor as like a hotel or like a
yeah.
An Airbnb.
Like an old timey saloon type thing where there'd be like 3 or 4 rooms above it. Yeah, I like that too.
Or as a brothel.
We would have to like be. Yeah, or as a brothel. Depending on...
I have experience in that.
I don't know the
You have
the laws
experience
and
running a
protections of
brothel,
Waterdeep.
or experience going to a brothel?
My dad ran a brothel, so I do. Yeah, I was actually born in a brothel. Mm-hmm.
You were born in a brothel.
Oh,
Love that.
Is this Vandal or David?
Who's
The
to
answer
say?
is yes.
Who's to say?
You know
That's the
how
mystery
they
of it
say
all.
art imitates life.
Imitates life.
Yeah.
Who's to say? Who's to
Hey,
say?
can I have another inspiration point?
You can only have one. You can only have one at a time.
Damn it! Don't roll over.
They do well. They don't run. So an inspiration. I'll tell you what inspiration does. It allows you to re-roll a die. So you could spend that inspiration to re-roll
I'm
something.
gonna need that.
Yeah. So you can only have one at a time, and but once it's gone, you can earn more. Generally, you get inspiration by doing things that reflect your backstory and your character motivations. Doing things that are extremely in character, or occasionally because the DM finds a joke you said clever. Not funny, because I already find all of you funny, right? So if I did it every time you made me laugh, that wouldn't work. It's got to be really clever, and you get it.
You get an inspiration point, and you get an inspiration point.
You get an inspiration. Everyone gets an inspiration point.
So I'm in favor of Vandal's plan. Kind of like the loose. We'll see what the contractors have to say, but generally, what are we thinking for our? Are we willing to? I think it's about like allocating our resources. Are we willing to kind of live in squalor on the 3rd floor and in the attic and focus on the tap room? That then hopefully will generate some income so we can fix up the rest of the building. Yeah. What do we focus on? Like get the business running first, and then we can sleep on our bedrolls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now structure
Everyone's
like
used to
getting
that, so use kosher.
we might have to fix the roof as a part of that. Whatever the building needs, but getting the exterior fixed up as long and the business running would be my priority.
I think the first order of operations should be to get the tavern as did up as possible, because that'll immediately attract customers, and obviously we're gonna have to stock it up as well. So that should be like our main priority.
And so we'll basically be talking to like the guild that would fix the building, and the guild that's gonna provide the ale and spirits, and the guild like that's gonna fix all the furniture, right? They're all sending representatives. Is that
if you go to that second handout I gave you, it's handout number 5 labeled Trollskull reference, and you scroll down to the second page, you will find a list of the guilds of Waterdeep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's so many.
So for the viewers at home, you have the Bakers Guild, the Carpenters, Roofers, and Plasterers Guild. You have the Cellars and Plumbers Guild. You have the Coopers Guild, Council of Farmers and Grocers, Council of Musicians, Instrument Makers, and Choristers, Dung Sweepers Guild, Fellowship of Boyers and Fletchers, Fellowship of Carters and Coachmen, Fellowship of Innkeepers, Fellowship of Salters, Packers, and Joiners, Fishmongers Fellowship, Guild of Apothecaries and Physicians, Guild of Butchers, Guild of Chandlers and Lamplighters, Guild of Fine Carvers, Guild of Glassblowers, Glaziers, and Spectacle Makers, Guild of Stonecutters, Masons, Potters, and Tile Makers, Guild of Trusted Pewterers and Casters, Guild of Watermen, Guild of the Jesters Guild, the Jewelers Guild, the Launderers Guild, the League of
Halfway through the list.
The League of Basket Makers and Wicker Workers, the League of Skinners and Tanners, the Loyal Order of Street Laborers.
I love this song.
The Master Mariners Guild, the most careful order of skilled smiths and metal forgers, the most diligent league of sailmakers and cordwainers, the most excellent orders of weavers and dyers. Cordwainers. They make rope. The most diligent.
I heard something else.
The most diligent league of sailmakers and cordwainers, the excellent order of weavers and dyers, the orders of cobblers and corvisiers, the order of shipwrights, the order of mastered tailors, glovers, and mercers, the saddlers and harness makers guild, the scriveners, scribes, and clerks guild, the solemn order of recognized furriers and woolmen, the splendid order of armorers, locksmiths, and finesmiths, the sable masters and farriers guild, the stationers guild, the surveyors, map, and chart makers guild, vintners, distillers, and brewers guild, wagon makers and coach builders guild, the watchful order of magists and protectors, and the wheelwrights guild. Yes, Vandal. Oh, you're just counting.
Down. It was like, there's this many
For the
left.
viewers.
Thanks for keeping up with us.
Hold on. I scrolled to the third.
Don't look at that yet, Zach. Stop it.
Sorry.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
You can't give me a document that I can only go to some of the pages
I also scrolled
and
down
then,
too.
and then read a list for 5 minutes.
Sean, I didn't scroll down until Zach said he scrolled down. Does that give me an inspiration?
You already have inspiration. So there is the list of guilds of Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sorry, I missed
Wow.
all that. Can you read it again?
Pick one. There's a lot. I don't know how many.
Wait, what are we trying to do to like why do we need a guild? We're just
Oh,
contacting
no.
them to help us.
Zach just mentioned that we'd have to pay all the guilds. You don't have to pay all the guilds, but you'll have to pay some of the guilds. Oh, it's a lot of
All right.
guilds.
So do you want to go into our meeting with the guilds?
We will. Yes. So you guys bed down for the night, and have mostly restful sleep. All of you.
Mostly.
Each of you sort of thinks of the few days prior, and none of you can shake the image of the mind flayer from
Right.
the voice inside your head. But mostly restful sleep.
I don't like this.
I don't like this heartbeat I'm hearing in my ears either.
Yeah. All right. It's all of us. All right. Good.
Yeah.
I like that David just accepted that he could hear a heartbeat and he didn't question whether the rest of us could. He was like,
I
oh,
might
yeah.
have to go talk to somebody about
Hey.
that after we record this.
Hey, I hear voices in my head. They come to me. They understand. They talk to me.
They talk to me.
You awake the next morning.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me.
I got you, David. I got you.
You awake the next morning to the smell of fresh baked bread wafting in through the windows from the bakery across the street.
Oh, I was like, who's making bread in our home?
You don't have windows.
Pan dulce.
You don't have functional windows on your home. Luckily, it is spring, so it's not terribly cold.
Do I have anything in my inventory to make breakfast for everyone?
Certainly. I mean, you all have rations, but that's pretty basic fare. It's more rations are more like when you're on the road, so to speak.
Can I make waffles?
You would not have the ingredients to make waffles.
Just fried chicken and waffles.
Can we go buy waffles?
You guys could go buy
Do you
waffles.
think they have Eggos?
Yeah, let's go to breakfast.
Yeah, you guys, you guys go get some Eggo waffles from
Specifically, I go.
from Eggo the baker across the street. That's now the now the
That's why they're
baker's
called
name.
Eggo's waffles. Eggo's waffles.
Eggo is now the name of the baker across the street, and he sells waffles.
Yes.
You notice a few things. So you have Corlon's crown directly across the way with the greenhouse at top.
What is it?
It appears to be an apothecary.
They make potions.
an herbalist. And if you guys at any point,
Oh, Vandal, you want to go hit their place up for,
Go hit up the herbalist.
so if at any point you will also notice on handout 5, you will also notice that you have a list of the businesses, the labels for that map, and I will switch you back on Roll20 to the alleyway map.
Oh yeah.
But so that is a list of businesses. Corlon's Crown is the herbalist. It is directly across the street from the manor.
I like looking at the Google Doc because I can see you typing at the same time. And
Same. I was about to say.
And
A
just
little thing.
fucking it all up right now.
Yep.
So it should be fixed.
Oh my God! T5 is the eye of the tiger. What is that?
The tiger's eye.
the tiger.
So let's say you guys do go get breakfast. It is a quite good, very like a sweet waffle sort of.
Stroop waffle.
So, yeah, that's probably it is Eggo's Stroop waffles. Absolutely. So it's a sort of a crispy waffle with a caramel or butterscotch filling.
I'm at your local world market.
They're very good. As you guys sort of peer in, looking in Corlon's Crown, you see a wood elf with long braided hair, sort of drifting through the place, putting new potions on the shelf, and eventually they go back to a mortar and pestle and some stuff on the counter there.
Beakers and flames and whatnot.
No, not quite. It's more. There's less flame, more just mixing natural ingredients. Or herbalism instead of alchemist is the wrong word. Herbalist is the right word. Okay. So yeah. If you guys want to drift in, you can. If you guys want to visit any of the other businesses, you can.
How long till the guilds get here?
Oh, we'll get. It's like I said. This time is amorphous, right? You guys have time is what we make
Time is
it.
a construct.
Yeah.
Can we just walk around and see what all the shops are about? Like identify what each shop is.
Yeah. So, let's see. I don't have the map and this up at the same time, so bear with me.
If we're walking around T4, I guess we would keep heading east.
Heading east.
And that would
So
be T3. Yeah.
T3. Outside of T3 is sort of the front half of T3 is open, almost like a patio, and you have a large furnace and a forge, and you see this man with reddish skin hammering away at a piece of metal. His hair is almost flame-like, like yellow gold hair spiked into sort of a flame pattern. And he notices you sort of gawking and gives you a slight wave. But he is a Genasi. Genasi are descended from Jinn and genies. So they are tied to elemental forces. So he is a fire
Is he
Genasi.
kind of giving off like Jafar as a genie in Aladdin kind of like look?
That would be a Jinn, an actual Jinn would look like that. This is more what was that movie you watched? Elemental? No, that's not quite
Elemental.
right. He looks like a human. But he's just got like, you could see veins of like what look like magma going up his arms sort of. And in places he's got, but it's just like a cosmetic thing. And he's got, hair that looks like fire, but it's not. It looks like hair. When you get closer, it sort of looks like hair. And yeah,
So he's
he
cooler
is-
looking from far away. Is that what we have to understand?
I mean, he still looks cool. If you just Google Genasi, Genasi, I don't have images for all the shopkeepers. I'm sorry. You'll get various forms of how extreme people think Genasi look. Again, same deal. I will post this in the Rookies and Rulebooks channel in the Discord, so y'all can see it. So
there's
and,
different. There's also like different elemental Genasi is kind of what I'm.
There are fire, earth, wind, and water Genasi. And on that note, you see a second man bring out a cup of tea for the first, and he is very clean cut looking with bluish skin and sort of wavy hair, almost like seaweed. Would be a water Genasi.
Opposites attract, huh?
And yes,
What
you
store
can
was this one
you
again?
can tell that yes, they do seem to be both business partners and partners.
Partners.
That is Steam and Steel.
Is it their name?
I love it because it's
That
like
is that is the name of the shop.
If it was their like names, that would be cute.
Sorry, you gave us the
But it's
descriptions
like-
of two beings, and then went, and that's Steam and Steel.
Well, no,
I
someone
thought,
someone
no,
asked what
they
someone asked
made
what
it
shop it
their
was.
name.
Someone asked what shop it
I-
is. That's Steam and Steel.
Steam and Steel.
Stop ruining love, Sean. Stop
I love
ruining
them.
love.
Their names are Avi and Embrick.
That's not as exciting as Steam
That's
and
a good
Steel, but that's okay. They're still cute. We like them.
The
We
We're gonna
uh,
call him SNS.
SNS.
The steamy
Yes.
steel.
so the and then T2 is it just has a wood sign out front with a large, like comically large bent nail sticking out of the sign. And looking inside the front window, it looks like it's ornate wooden furniture, as well as a small selection of bows and crossbows. Then
The blacksmith.
no, this is T2.
Oh,
Nail.
Now.
it
And
is
then
called the bent nail.
it is
Okay.
called the bent nail.
I'm getting there. I'm getting.
The sign has a literal big comically large bent nail on it. The wall behind the counter is lined with finely carved wooden canes, quarterstaffs, and shields. And everything
The
that
weaponry.
it is
Carpenter
a
and-
carpenter.
Got it.
He's a wood carver. And sort of looking in.
Question.
Mhm.
Rookie question.
Yeah.
Is this now? I don't know if this would matter from like campaign to campaign or like DM to DM, but as a character who uses a bow and arrow,
Mhm.
do I have unlimited arrows, or do I need to count how many arrows?
This
I
is
have
something that matters campaign to campaign. The way I typically handle it is during downtime. Just tell me I would like to spend, I would like to go, buy a new quiver of arrows, right? And we'll talk about that when it gets relevant. You've probably only shot like 5 arrows,
I haven't shot a lot,
and
but
presumably
just-
presumably any of them that were recoverable, you would have recovered, right? So yeah, that would go the same thing for those of you with component pouches. Which those of you that are spellcasters probably need to get component pouches if you don't already. Godrick, you have one.
I thought you were ignoring that.
The component pouch is a mechanic that allows you to ignore it, and actually, your wand lets you ignore it, not your component pouch. Yeah. So that is your material component stand-in is your wand.
Right.
Kind of looping back along the front through that other entrance there. You get onto the main street. It is, nice main street. Across the way are some large homes, and then looping back to T5. The entrance to T5 is on the main road there, not in the alleyway. There is just a unremarkable building. The only distinguishing thing is a orange and black sign featuring what looks like a cat eye. From the inside, you just see flickering dim lamp and oil lamps. But there's no, this is an apartment building. There's no, it doesn't look like a shop necessarily.
Interesting. Okay.
But there's clearly some,
does that always see through the window? Like we can't like inspect further.
The windows are that,
more?
the windows are that sort of green tinted glass with that lattice work, you know, that kind of wire lattice work through them.
Yeah.
So it's something you can't quite peer in. You do notice a bell next to the door that you can ring. Like a literal bell with a string.
It feels like we'll have to talk to people if we do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that symbol, that the symbol of a cat's eye on the sign.
Curious.
Looping to T6 is the Bookworm's Treasure. The front of the sign is the front window is sort of adorned with a gold dragon curled around a hoard of books and scrolls. That's what's painted on the sign. Peering inside, the shop is decorated with hardwood, and you smell the very familiar earthy scent, to you at least, Godrick, of old books and old vellum and parchment.
I love it.
And looking up,
starts paying off.
Looking up, this looks like it's a Barnes and Noble like style, multi-story book vendor.
Huge book vendor.
And where you do see, there is one corner that is sort of gated off and fenced, and you just see racks and racks of scrolls in that sort of fenced off section. Moving through, you see a sort of crooked, almost scoliosis inflicted dragonborn, gold, sort of with a gold patinaed.
He hoards books.
He does. That is his hoard.
He hoards books.
And he's in sort of tattered, almost parchment colored robes. Just wandering through. And then T8 which is not on the public map because it tells me I can put T8 wherever I want, and I don't care. So I just picked stuff for it. T8 is... Does it give me a description of T8?
Froon's Brews.
It's Froon's Brews, but...
Is it like coffee brew or like?
No. So
yeah,
T8.
Alcohol.
T8 is a pub. And it is.
We're gonna have to run this.
Oh, there are competition.
Well, so looking at it, it is in almost as bad shape as Trollskull Alley. This is the only other dilapidated building here in the alleyway. You could see the roof in places has been patched. You could see that the windows have either been replaced or covered with, in some places, just a plain flat board that looks better than boarded up windows, but not by much. It probably needs a new coat of paint. But yeah, it looks like another a pub, a public house.
But it's like open. It's like dilapidated, but it's like open.
It's open, yeah. It looks like the sign looks new. The sign looks new. Although shittily done, the sign looks new.
Okay. You're about to get bankrupt, Froon.
Yeah, we're about to fuck up Froon. Do we want to... Well, I feel like we need to move forward on like what timeline and stuff, but there's potential that we could come and like take the bartender out of this place and be like, hey, come across the street.
Come work for us.
Poach the competition.
Poach the bartender.
Charming,
and like bring the regulars. I think
Who's the most-
me.
Who's the most
Who's
charged?
charming?
It's probably a very close race between Vandal, Aurelia, and Godrick. I think Vandal, what's your charisma? +2 or +3?
For charm?
For charisma.
Oh, +3.
So you all have a +3 in charisma.
+3, yeah.
So depending on...
I also have I have a proficiency in intimidation. So if the charisma doesn't work, then I can intimidate them.
Yeah, so
with
it would be,
+5.
depending on the method you're trying to go about, it would be between persuasion. If you're trying to just outright charm,
I don't
it'd
want
be...
an employee that's scared of us.
So depending on the method...
that's the best type of employee.
Depending on the method you're trying to charm someone with, persuasion is kind of your... Either persuasion or just base charisma is going to be your blanket charm. Deception is obviously lying or trying to obscure information. It's not... Sometimes I will have you roll deception even though you're telling the truth. If you're trying to be deceptive about the truth, it would be deception.
I could just lie to them instead of intimidating them.
Yeah, and so that's an option. And then intimidation is not necessarily outright being scary, but like we said, session 1, it's sort of just being coercive or imposing as well. And then insight...
Spruce our bar up before we poach this guy.
Insight is also going to be relevant in that stuff because that will let you help find out motives and stuff like that. So if you're trying to see like, hey, what would help me persuade this person, that would be an insight check. Cool. So as you guys slowly return to the bar, you find a halfling seated at the bar top. As you guys enter in, he kind of comes out to greet you.
Look at him!
Oi!
Where
have you been? I've been here all morning. Broxley Fairkettle at your service.
We're back at the manor. Sorry.
Yeah, this is in the tap room of the
Okay.
manor.
Okay.
He'd look like a pebble if I picked him up, right?
What?
He'd look like a pebble if I picked him up.
I mean, he's probably a foot shorter than Vandal. Maybe slightly less than a foot shorter than Vandal. He's maybe like...
He's like 4 feet.
Yeah, 4 feet. Yeah, probably like 4'2", maybe. You notice that he sort of has a big head and small little hands and feet, which is typical of halflings.
What's between his legs?
He's holding a mace. It doesn't. The picture I used, that's not. Yeah, he's holding a mace. It kind of.
It looks like he has 3 legs.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
I was trying to figure
Yeah,
it
he
out.
does.
I was like,
I
is
could've-
someone else gonna comment on it? Yeah.
No, he's holding a mace.
Yeah,
I could have
he does.
edited it. I could have edited it.
Or is he?
Edited
or is
it.
he?
You're a
better.
tripod. You're a tripod.
But he is this sort of
Hello, sir.
portly halfling with big old mutton chops and a big gap in his teeth, and he says, "Right, so down to business," and he pulls out this big old sheaf of paper and starts flipping through it. So, let's get you started. You want to get opening the business and all that?
Oh yes.
Yes.
As soon as we can.
Well, I am, like I said, Broxley Fairkettle, representative of the Fellowship of Innkeepers. We represent innkeepers, tavern makers, all that sort of thing. Whatever you want to, public houses, all that sort. And, of course, there is guild licensing fees that you'll have to pay. Such as doing business in Waterdeep. An upfront of 250 gold for guild licensing. That covers the Fellowship of Innkeepers, and we will do licensing with the other guilds for you. That would include...
Is that per annum?
No, it's a one-time fee, actually.
Okay, perfect.
One-time fee. There is a 10 gold... 10 gold a 10-day. I should note, in Waterdeep, a week is 10 days.
Got it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So there are 3 weeks in a month.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Of course, it is 10 gold, and they will call it a 10-day. Is a week. If you hear a week,
Okay.
that's 10 days.
Okay.
10 gold per 10 day for guild fees, which would be brewers, vintners, butchers, whatever you need for expenses for the tavern, and
And are we paying that? Is that a fee just to do the business, or is that what it costs us to get our, like, if it's 10 gold, is that including like the food and drinks we're buying, or is that just the fee to do business with them?
So yes, you guys can now refer to that tavern keeping expensive chart that I gave you. That would cover goods. That covers restocking the tavern with basic needs. If you wanted to restock, if you wanted to say like, oh, we want to carry fine wines, or we want to carry, really high end whiskey, that would change that cost. But that's the base cost for running that tavern.
Okay.
And there are ways to mitigate that, but as of right now, that's the base cost. He also explains to you that he will get you in touch with guild carpenters and guild, all that big old list of guilds that I gave you.
Do you have an approximate cost of how much this will take?
Well, yes, I've already actually had this all appraised so that we can get it working for. Originally, Volo was going to open it up, and then a guy named Emic, I think his name was. Someone else tried to buy the place and open it up, and it was a little too rich for his blood. It's about 1,000 gold to get the place renovated.
Who's Emic?
Fully.
He was someone that.
Sorry, is that just like the in part, or is that the entire?
No, the whole building, new furniture, new everything.
Entire building.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does the guild offer financing?
No. We're not bankers.
We're gonna need to go see bankers, huh?
And so the tour. So that would be basically if we said, okay, go. That would be 1,250 gold
For everything, yeah. If you want to do everything at once, that'd be
everything that you need.
1,250 gold.
Right.
Not including labor.
No, Boxley,
like barkeepers, cooks,
Got it.
waitresses,
Right.
etc.
That's the regular expenses.
Yeah,
That come in, but we wouldn't have to start paying that until
you're
it's
open. Yeah.
Right. So old chap Boxley, Broxley, excuse me, I'm sorry. Do you need all of that before you start any work, or is it we could pay you upon completion?
Well, it'd take about 12 days for everything to get all set. I would say probably we could take a quarter up front. Or rather, if we pay the guild fees, we can get started, and then
Is Broxley Australian?
I don't know what Broxley. I'm just doing an accent. Do you want Broxley to be Australian? Great, Broxley's Australian. Sure.
Yay.
Fun
Go,
with
Sean.
accents.
Right,
Sure.
Broxley's Australian. I guess. Whatever. Now he's Australian.
Yes.
All right. I figure if I actually lean into an accent, I could probably do it.
Yes.
Where was I? Look, stop giving me a hard time. I have 9 kids to raise. Okay, 9. Do you know how hard it is raising 9 kids? And you can see he is getting visibly stressed the more you ask him questions.
Now it's a little
okay.
Arthur.
Guys,
Weasley.
can we just convene? Should we convene to talk about this?
Broxley-
How
Yeah.
much money do we have?
So Broxley tells you that if you pay for guild licensing and contracts up front, that they will begin the renovation on the tavern.
I have
How much is that?
34
Okay.
gold.
Can
I
we
have
negotiate
79.
with him for that, or is that just a set price?
So I will tell you, you know enough about Waterdeep and the way Waterdeep works that it's not negotiable. These are like set out in guild bylaw. So that's the way the guilds of Waterdeep work. Prices are more or less set by the guild in order to protect all members of the guild. Because if someone starts undercutting, that hurts the guild as a whole. It's like union labor, right? Union prices are set. Yeah. A guild is like a union. Well, actually, the Screen Actors Guild, right? That is, yeah. So it is. Waterdeep is all union labor. We are pro-union in Waterdeep.
Because Volo gave us a little bit of payment up front, but it wasn't a lot, right?
I believe Volo gave you each 100 gold.
Yeah.
Did he? Because that's not.
I don't have that reflected.
I don't have that either.
I
All
added
have
it
is
to my
43.
inventory. So I have
Or was it 10 gold? Hold on, let me go back and check. Let me go back and check before anyone adds any gold to their inventory.
No, I've already added 100.
Volo gives you meeting Volo. 10 gold each.
I was gonna say I
No.
only have 34 gold.
Volo gives you 10
And
gold.
we didn't find like extra gold during all of our adventuring.
You found a little bit. You found a little bit that was split amongst the party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All I have is 43
79.
gold.
What do you
I
have,
don't have
Jess?
so much. I have 31.
I had some backstory gold.
No.
Wait,
I
did
rolled,
I
like,
also,
some of
did I
the
also have
advanced
backstory gold?
Daerwyn, you have not backstory gold. You have your. This is on your backstory sheet. I don't remember what it was, but let me see. Let me pull it. You have a stipend that covers your lifestyle expenses.
Right.
So if you wanted, you could try to cash out that stipend.
How much would it be?
You'd have to find
There
out.
are though, like we would know. I mean, this is a town. We could go and discuss financing, correct?
There are
Like,
there are known bankers and money lenders in the city. If anyone wants to give me a history check,
I have +5 to history. I'll do that.
I have a +1.
So Daerwyn and
50.
Vandal can both make this at advantage.
15 for me.
15 for Godrick.
Oh, I rolled 2 because it's advantage.
Yeah, so you roll 2 and take the higher. Daerwyn and Vandal both have reasons to know more about this.
Because this is
That's
just while we're
19
doing that.
plus 1, so that's 20. So
20. Zach, what's up?
I'm gonna need to roll again. Yeah.
Just as a side talk between us as characters, we should be able to the property itself that we now own, we have all that equity. So my thought is that we can borrow against some of that equity in order to get the funds to get everything up and running, and then hopefully be able to fairly easily repay that. But we have this big asset.
Would I need to pay life? What is the fee? Like lifestyle
Yeah, you'd
fee?
still have to pay
With-
lifestyle.
Wait, what am I rolling for? Again?
To
Sorry, I
see
got
if you
distracted.
know any reputable money lenders in the city.
I rolled 20.
20.
19 plus 1. Yeah.
16 plus 1, 17.
17. Okay. Godrick and Daerwyn, you both know.
Vandal and Daerwyn.
Nope. Godrick and Daerwyn.
Oh. But Vandal rolled. What did Vandal roll?
I'm giving Vandal different information because it's more relevant to his backstory. I'm giving you guys the information that is relevant to your backstory. Daerwyn and Godrick, you both know while there is, various money lenders you can go to, the more reputable money lenders in the city would include Mert the moneylender, as is his namesake, And the Castellanter family also works in loans, liens, and money lending. Vandal, you know the Castellanter family. And you also know that in the dock ward, there's a woman named Istrid Horn that does money lending.
Do we know the out of the ones that we know? Just say the ones I know, Mert and the Castellaners. Do I have a perception of which one is maybe more reputable or honest in their dealings, or are they both known for being honest, or is one of them more the come break your legs kind of?
So both of them are known for being honest. However, Mert is a lot harder to get a hold of than the Castellanters. Typically, he lends for large projects and large investments that would be above the sum of what we're talking about here. Also, he would lend on big excursions to go uncover big, like let's say there was a set of ruins discovered and someone wanted to put together a project to go do that. That's the sort of thing he tends to lend money on. And he will even go as far as to lend money to small towns and villages to raise, militias and such. The Castellanters are dealing more with day-to-day loans. Vandal, Istrid is on the other side of the fence of things. She is the break your legs if you don't pay back. But probably has more competitive interest rates.
As in they're better?
They're going to be better.
Yeah.
However...
But they might send some people after us. Yeah.
And the other family I know is the Castellanterns, you said?
Castellanters.
Which the three of us know.
Yeah.
And let me get you a spelling on Castellanter.
That seems like kind of the middle of the road, like we'd have the best bet.
Sorry, it is Cassalanter. Castellanter. I added an extra T in there.
Do you guys think we want to go and approach? Do you guys have any thoughts on one way or another? Do you want to go risky with it? I'm fine going risky with it, because if they send somebody after us to break our legs, we could also just kill them, and then
we'll break their legs back.
Yeah,
we'll
break their legs back.
I mean,
but I have no doubt that.
We can split up the party.
I think that's a Vandal decision.
Yeah. I mean, do we want to make a solid choice now? We don't want to go talk to everybody and just be like
shop them around
and be like, shop around.
I vote shop around.
I vote shop around too.
Are we gonna do an intermission potentially in this one? And
do we want to do a quick intermission now?
Before maybe we go and talk to Banker.
Yeah, that's probably what my plan was.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Then we're officially all splitting up, but we're all splitting up in Waterdeep to go talk to possible lenders.
So, real quick, I will give you, in addition to giving that information, Broxley does let you know that he gives you a list of 4 names, including himself, who are good guild contacts, right? To set up, to figure out like what you want to serve, stuff like that in the tavern. And then the last name is Olcoria Stonemarrow, who is if you want to set up any sort of security system for the tavern. Do you guys want to pool money and pay for the licensing up front to get the process started?
What was the licensing again?
250.
I don't think we have enough.
We don't.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say the other option that you have as well, if you guys don't want to go through licensing, you guys could reach out to the Carpenters Guilds and stuff like that. If you don't want to actually open the tavern, if you just want to prepare the place, you can cut out that licensing fee, and it's just 1,000 gold.
I think we
want the
all
income.
were pretty.
We won't
yeah,
open the tavern, yeah.
Yeah.
You just need the money. Like in
Yeah.
real life. when
Well,
you
and
wanna
it's
open
like the
business.
difference. Like if we have to borrow more, we're probably not just borrowing 1,000 or right, like or 1,250. We might want to borrow, over that, like 2,000, so that we have money for expenses and the first couple of 10 days of new
Wages
business
and
before
such.
we get our customer base and stuff. So, and to have like a who knows what, if we're gonna spend additional money on like a security system or something. So we're looking to have a little bit of a nest egg.
Nest eggs are good.
I'm
All
fine.
right.
I'm fine splitting. After.
Well, then we will take a brief recess. I'm going to dismiss us here, and we'll be back in just a few.
See you soon.
Bye.
Don't
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully, you're enjoying a much more mellow, less perilous stream today. Bit more of the sort of day in the life for the characters. But without further ado, let's jump on back to the party. Hello, the party.
The party.
Hello, the Dungeon Master.
So, now there's one thing. I don't even have your guys' character sheets up today.
Wow. Imagine not caring about his party like that.
Jeez. Rude.
Well, we're not in combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if you need to know my wisdom modifier?
You're there to know your wisdom modifier.
We're about to go wreck
I
some bankers.
By the way, I don't know if anyone saw this. I showed it to Sean, but I got a little dice jail.
I was
I
gonna
already
nice.
say,
do it in there.
Sean made me a little dice jail.
I think I've shown the whole party. I've made the whole party dice jails.
The way my 20s are rolling, I might need another jail.
Another one, yeah. I'm gonna get them painted. I need to at least get one painted so I can bring it to Zach on Friday.
I will say
Ooh.
the first roll I did today on my new birthday dice was a 19.
Yeah, Jill also got some pretty dice for
Nice.
her birthday.
No.
I got some.
This little guy
Nice.
rolled me a
Nice.
2 and a 5, so he's in jail. Bad die.
Which I will say, Jill's birthday isn't for another week, but we'll be out of town.
Oh, it's the
during her
week
birthday, so-
countdown today.
Mhm.
It's exactly a week.
We will be in Atlanta for your birthday.
Not for my
woohoo.
birthday, it just happened.
Well, yeah, we'll actually be on an airplane flying home on your birthday, but
Happy birthday.
you know,
Thanks.
Jet lag.
so we find you guys seated in the dank, dusty, moldy tavern of
Dang,
Trollskull.
brother.
The scent of all this decay and spoiled ale is just lovely. Aurelia, intermingled with all of these, you smell something more powerful than the rest of that. Aurelia, I think you might be muted, my dear.
It's fine. You missed all my wisdom. Can I use divine sense?
You certainly can.
My first spell.
Wait, divine scent?
With
Sorry,
with
it's my accent. I sound like I'm saying things.
No, I know, that's what-
divine sense.
Oh, sense. Sense.
I like it better since you were describing the smell that she had something called divine scent.
That's
Like
what
a really
Yeah.
good nose.
That's
I was
why
kinda
I
like,
thought it
that is awesome.
I was talking about the smell.
I rolled
I
a
was like,
17.
wait, that's a
Do I
thing.
add anything to it?
You don't have to roll anything, actually.
Oh, whoops.
Wasting the 17.
But add your charisma to that.
Oh, to the 17 or just in general?
To 17 in this case.
Okay, well that's plus 2, so it's 19.
You get something, the feeling of something crawling up your spine and a cold shiver over you.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
there is something.
I've got the hoo-has.
You have the hoo-has. There is something undead within 60 feet of you.
It's haunted. We're haunted.
Hey, can I alert my
we haven't
party
been down in the
to this
cellar yet.
presence?
Yeah.
Okay,
That is
guys,
true, we haven't gone down
I'm
to the
feeling
basement.
something.
No.
Something spooky. Something spooky is nearby. Spooky. So I think, should we go check out the basement?
Does somebody want to open the trap door for me and I'll cast?
Oh, wait, can I do,
my
before we
light
do any of that,
cantrip?
can I do an investigation check?
Oh, to make sure it's not trapped. Yeah.
Yeah, to make sure we're not gonna, like, accidentally get an arrow to our heart and almost die again.
You're smart.
Did you just put on like
I really don't
spooky
like
house music?
This stuff
Yeah,
that
you
you're
did.
putting in my ears right now.
Alright, here we go.
Very Sean, turn the music down like a.
Oh no.
Oh, the music was up from the break.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Now I can't hear it though.
You know what that means? Fuck you, little dude.
The music or the as soon as you go to like check the trapdoor, it just falls off its hinges and clatters into the
Seems
This is the door to the winery.
to the cellar, yeah.
The cellar, yeah.
Can I cast
God.
light? You know, my light comes from my wand, so it's just like a flashlight shining down into it, so we can
The Nightmare
see.
Before Christmas.
As you descend into the wine cellar,
Who's
there are
descending? Wait, who's going? Who's
Godrick.
first?
Wait, I was just
Godrick.
looking through it. No, I was just shining my wand.
Oh, I'm gonna
like a
go down.
flashlight.
I want to
Okay.
go down. I'm gonna tank this. I want to go down.
All right. Then you shine the light in, and Aurelia, you descend into the wine cellar.
Can I superhero land? Can I just
Sure.
tuck myself in and do a superhero land?
Certainly.
Okay, done. Superhero landing.
Certainly. There are racks of wine and spaces for barrels to be stored. A couple rats scurry through.
Ew.
Cobwebs and dust.
I get the divine sense for a little bit longer, right? Is it stronger now that I'm in the basement?
It is no stronger. Divine Sense does not give you any sort of knowledge of where.
No.
Just within 60 feet.
So you're not further away, as far as we know. 'Cause you're still playing
No,
for
actually, that's not true. That's not true. I lied. You do know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet. That is not behind total cover.
So now I'm in the basement.
Technically, they're behind total cover.
Oh,
Well, there's 2 rooms down there.
Map.
Remember, just there's
let me
like
bring up the map.
there's that like the ale cellar, and then there's the wine cellar.
Can I go into the wine
Second
cellar?
bullet
I
section.
feel like that's a good place.
Yeah, I was just describing the two together. But as you venture deeper, there is this sort of gust of air and wind from the back wall of the cellar. And it rushes past you and up through the hatch. Kind of, and all 3 of you standing above feel this rush past you. And the any windows or doors that remain in this bottom floor of the tavern just completely burst open and crash and crack.
Fucking hell.
And then Aurelia,
so-
you sense the presence is gone.
You guys
so
saw that, right?
3 of-
You guys felt that, saw that, experienced that. It wasn't just me.
Oh, yeah.
Three of us go to bankers, and 1 person goes to an exorcist. And then that'll be,
Right.
now we just add that to the to-do list.
We got a priest. We got a priest down the way. What the hell was that?
Place.
Can I
Is haunted.
do an Arcana check
Priest. Have a little
to
priest.
see if I can identify anything about what that was?
You could. A religion check would be better.
Would
I'll do it. I mean, I'd rather do an Arcana check, but I'll do a religion check.
can
Jill,
I? I was gonna say, would being in Waterdeep for as
15.
long as Daerwyn has, would I have any knowledge of the history of this building?
No.
Ooh, good question.
I thought I would try.
15 religion check.
It is a good try. If you were more central to this area, this part of the part of town, yes.
I tried.
You can definitely say that this is some sort of incorporeal undead. So, meaning a banshee or a specter, ghost, spirit.
Oh, gross.
Right.
Will of the Wisp.
The security system guild person, would that be potentially a magic security system?
You notice on her label that she is representing the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors, which is an alliance of spellcasters. So you would assume
Great,
yes.
so it's not just like really hefty door locks.
Yeah. You would assume yes.
Gotcha. Okay, well that priority I think just went up talking to that person, because that would be a pain to replace all the doors and windows again, just because old basement ghosty got froggy and we
Old
opened up the trap
ghost.
door.
Old basement banshee.
Can I intimidate the ghost to leave us?
Yeah, roll intimidate.
Isn't it gone? I thought it's gone.
Never, don't come back, ghost.
Vandal doesn't know that.
Oh.
Do I feel anything remaining after the presence is left, or is it just as everything?
Now I
feel
know if she
weird
says
or
it's still here.
spooky?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little pea comes out.
I'm picturing.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. I'm picturing Vandal doing like a Korg from like Thor.
Yeah,
Going, like, be gone, ghost.
Piss off, ghost.
Yeah, piss off, ghost.
Jess, can you say
I
that
love
for us?
American. Oh, piss off, ghost.
Thank you.
Gonna start a
Yeah.
rebellion, but I didn't print off to enough pamphlets. And the only people that came was my mum and her boyfriend, who I hate.
10 out of 10.
Good monologue.
You're allowed to laugh. It's fine. You're
I
allowed
did.
to
It
laugh
was
at it.
great. Love it. Thank you. Thank you for humoring.
It's
So-
a certain dialect in New Zealand.
We know that that's the ghost is gone, or whatever it is.
It feels like the ghost is currently not here. That's correct.
Currently.
I don't like
That I
this
said.
weird vernacular.
Currently not
used.
here seems very
Can we like all
Like
go down to the basement and
you
start
think he
investigating it?
maybe could not, if you were to maybe roll a dice and suggest that perhaps if
The
we were
ghost
talking in
may or may not
circles.
be here.
Is there a way we can for
Schrodinger's
sure
ghost.
know? Is there a way we can for sure does Aurelia know for sure what type of spiritual entity this was?
No.
There's no way of knowing.
Did
Okay.
it look like anything?
Aurelia, you did not see anything.
It was just
You
a
only
feeling.
felt the gust of the force of wind.
the gust of Well, shall
We
we
should probably
continue
investigate-
on with our?
Should we investigate the basement? Because that's where it came from.
Yeah, is there anything down here to look at? Investigation.
Sean said it came.
No.
It came from like a
Oh,
wind, like the
wall?
wall behind the wine cellar.
to the window, to the wall.
Let's
So the
investigate the wine
ghosts drop
cellar.
down and fall.
Maybe there's like
Van-
a trap door.
So looking around, you don't see anything that like is out of. I mean, aside from it being a
No
rundown.
dead body in the corner.
There's no dead body in the corner. There's no. Yeah.
There's nothing on the walls or anything, like nothing that would suggest like there's something behind the walls.
Mm-mm.
It's just a regular old
Wine cellar.
basement. Shit.
Well,
Was it haunting one of the old keg barrels?
beer
Yeah, can we
ghost.
tell what variety of?
Yeah, there's
what's the
haunt.
vintage
One
of
one of the wine bottles is Haunted Abbey Vinters. Yeah, no, there's.
Is the ghost into lagers or IPAs? I'm just kidding. All right, I'm done.
Well,
All right. Well, are we continuing
All right.
on?
Well, that was an event.
We have no other prompts or anything. We're just kind of at will.
We have
right
to go
now.
get money.
Right, Sean?
I mean,
Like,
outside
we have
of
to go get
this,
money or like this, but we don't have. We haven't taken on any other missions or
no. But if
anything.
as far as like things you know going on in the city, you know about.
Sean. I'm sorry. I just looked at my backstory, and I have history with this place. Would I know what kind
Do
of
you?
entity?
ooh.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I've once explored this house before.
Oh yes, you have.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, that would have been because he rolled that he had discovered a haunted
I
location.
forgot about it till just now.
It's haunted.
Yeah, there's a ghost. What part of ghost?
There's a ghost.
I thought they were roommates.
Yeah, he
Oh,
wrote. He rolled that he had explored an abandoned haunted location. So
It just
I
so
love
happens
that.
to be Trollskull Manor. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, I
my-
planned
my-
that when we rolled that. I planned. I was like, oh yeah, Trollskull Manor.
But so my question would be, in my previous exploration,
So that would have been-
identified more.
That would have been a few years ago. Let me check on something real quick so that I can give
Was
you
it
the-
open when he was?
No.
It was
No,
always
No. It
haunted.
was abandoned. It was abandoned then as
Yeah.
well.
Where do our
Did you see
backstory
anything in the
documents live?
basement?
It should be shared with you on the Google Drive. They're in a different folder
Figured.
than that other one, but I will send you yours in a second.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Probably.
So, whenever you had gone through here, there was no active resident. But at the time, there was evidence of bodies. Something
Plural.
decomposed. Down here in the
At the
cellar.
time.
Down here in the cellar.
Oh, and it's no longer here.
No.
Like no remains of it whatsoever.
Yeah, it looks like one of the owners had cleaned that or cleared that out.
All right. I will convey that to the party and confirm that a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I did explore this place and found remnants of a corpse. And I can confirm officially now this place is haunted.
And
You're just telling us now that you found bodies.
I was kind of
In this
hoping it
town.
would have gone by now, or I was maybe thinking I was just seeing things, but twice isn't a coincidence.
the bodies were halfling or gnome and it was just bones.
Sean, I have a question about what I. So if we're proceeding, with this place, and we were going to maybe talk to the Watchful Order of Mages and Protectors, does it maybe save us some money? Because I'm in the Watchful Order of Mages and Protectors Guild.
Are we confirming that? Because I gave you that option, you never followed up on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's where I became. That's where I learned. I was in their academy.
That
and-
would give you some sort of discount. Yes.
Are there security people?
Yeah. So the Watchful Order. The Watchful Order is. They're not technically a guild. They're they call themselves a guild. Really, it's
Are they
like
mercenary?
not quite. They work for the city guard, and they're also the fire brigade. They are sort of like all
The
these
volunteer firefighters of the security.
let me get my words out. They are a bunch of mages who are sort of recruited to fill the roles that the regular city guard can't. Use magic to put out fire. On investigations, cast Speak with Dead on the corpses. Cast Locate Object, Find Person, Glyphs of Warding, and other sorts of protective spells. So, yes.
Godrick has Speak with Dead. How dead is too dead to speak with? Bones too dead to speak with? Like if we'd come across Bones, would he be able to speak with Bones?
Does Godrick have Speak with Dead?
How dead?
I don't have Speak with Dead.
Oh,
But I would tell.
I have Unseen Servant.
Speak with Dead, they just have to have a head.
Could it just be a skull?
Yeah. That's a
I
head.
don't think any of us have that.
Dresden
I think
And Bob.
I think
It's got to
maybe
have
I
a.
get
It's got to
that
have.
on my
Let me
next
rephrase that. It's got to have a jaw. Has to have a jaw. Like it has to have a mouth. There has to be a mouth to speak. If it doesn't have a mouth to speak, it cannot speak. But But I will verify. I will verify that before we make
Could it-
decisions based on that.
Could it confirm? Could it do a simple binary yes or no wiggle or
Did it nod?
or like
Um,
or the snake comes out of the left eye hole for yes and the right eye hole for no.
Yes.
The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead.
By mouth,
Oh.
you mean like ligaments with like lips, kind of, or can it be just be like a?
You know, it's real vague.
Okay.
You'd
So
be.
we
why don't
can
you
make
figure
our
it
own rules.
It's gonna be up to him once.
You'd
once
be.
we get to
You'd
those
yeah.
questions.
You'd
Once
be.
we get
You'd
to
be.
that, yeah,
You'd
once
be
we get
taking
to
a
that point.
chance.
Okay. Got it.
Well, but also
Well-
this thing is undead too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, what is
Um,
Specters?
what-
or whatever be considered undead?
Yes,
Would
but
that-
if you were to find its corpse, you could do it on its corpse. Its corpse isn't
I
undead,
got
right?
Yeah.
The spirit itself is undead.
Okay.
Okay. Well, with that, should we start making?
And
our
David, I don't know for
recommendations?
sure that you'll end up with that, right? That's an option, but I don't know that you'll end up with
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah. But I
Um,
confirmed with the party. Yep, this place is haunted. Oops.
Oops.
My bad, y'all.
Before we signed for it, that would have been good to know.
So, okay.
Yeah, that would have been. That I wish I
Cheers.
would have remembered that about an hour ago. Yeah, sorry.
So we want to find out about various loans. We wanted to find out, is there heritage to this place? Was one thing Godrick wanted to find out.
Yeah, and I think I would actually, if we're gonna split, like if there's 3 possible banking things,
Mhm.
and y'all want to take the banking options, I will talk to the security guild, the Magus guild, to talk about what we just explain our situation and what happened to us, and so we know what we need to do about that before we have people sitting right next to that trapdoor where that happened and like
Mhm.
eating
So
a
do you-
big turkey
so-
leg and getting blown in the face.
So you can go talk to security, and then the 3 of us can each go talk to one of the 3 banking options. Is that what you
Yeah.
guys want to do?
That
Who wants to
That
take
was
the
kind
break
of
legs,
nice.
lady?
Well, Vandal's the
that's
only
what
one who
you-
knows
Vandal
her.
has to.
I'm the only
Yeah.
one that knows her. Yeah.
Okay. Good luck, buddy.
But you could also, we don't have to split up. We could go to them. We could go
I
to
mean,
these
I don't think
places
anything
together,
crazy is going to be
or-
happening with bankers. I'm
Yeah.
fine splitting up.
No, we're just
Right.
talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just. I just want to
Yeah.
talk to them.
Yeah, you go. I know. So I think it's going to be less intimidating one person going than all 4 of us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Sean.
So,
What do you?
I'm
Who do
down
you
with
want to
that.
take first?
Okay, so who wants to go talk to whom?
Who was
I'm
it? It
gonna
was
go
the.
talk to
the
Istrid.
Okay.
and then it was Mort.
Mert.
Mert.
And
Mert's not.
the
Mert's not the
Casper.
person I know. Like Mert's not like that.
I don't know.
guy.
Why don't you open up your backstory and find out where it says Mert the moneylender on your backstory?
Does it have that in the backstory?
Wait, where's my backstory? Where are my backstory?
Open up Google Drive and look at shared files.
Rookies and rulebooks.
I am not responsible for your backstories, people.
Yup.
Wait, I'm getting.
But you wrote it.
I'm
I
sorry.
helped write
Dad.
it.
Father, I apologize, Father. Can you forgive me?
Is it on my personal Google Drive?
It should be shared with you via Google Drive.
Yeah, if you click on shared with me on the left side of Drive, it will pop up and it'll say Daerwyn layer notes. Shared by Sean or Sullivan.
I do genuinely apologize that.
No, that's fine. I totally.
Also-
I knew about the Mert one. I totally forgot that we had Trollskull in your background because it was just an
Is it the
offhand.
Daerwyn character notes? That's it, right?
Yep.
But it doesn't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Mert on it.
you and I might have talked about that and not put it in the notes because
Yeah, we
I
just
had
talked about it.
because I had told you to update your notes before the first session after we talked about it. You did not.
Did. Okay. Well,
Bing, bing, ding, 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 ding. Mert is the one that paid your stipend.
yes, I'll go talk to Mert. Obviously.
So Jess will take the Castellaners.
Jess will take the Castellaners. And Godrick will
How
take...
fancy are they? Do I need to look nice? Should I go have a bath? Should I at least
You can
shave
go have a
before
bath.
Okay, I'm gonna go have a bath.
Okay. So Aurelia takes a nice hot bath. There is running water in Waterdeep. However,
Oh, that's magical.
it's not hot water. So,
She lived in the forest. She's used to running brooks. It's fine.
you can get
I want
hot.
to smell nice for them.
You can get hot water. Trollskull just currently does not have hot water. There are magical means for getting hot water. All right, let's start with. Does anyone in particular want to go first? Doesn't matter to me. We could just go
Should
clockwise.
we roll for it?
If you want.
Roll for initiative.
Yeah, everyone roll a
Roll
d20.
for initiative.
Just roll a d20. Everyone roll a d20.
Yeah. Okay.
4.
got a
I rolled a nat
I'm gonna roll it
1.
in- I'm rolling it in the app
You
because
know-
I don't trust my die anymore. It's just bad.
You know
They
what
suck.
that means?
Jill?
Nat
I got
1,
a 12.
baby.
And Aurelia.
Sorry, it's just loading. It's taking its sweet time. 20. Oh.
20. All right.
No, it's pressing the 20. It is.
Oh.
Is it 17? 17 though.
All right, that is still the highest. Let me pull up my notes.
Ooh, it's getting
for-
crowded in here.
How many d20s do you have?
I have 3 in there.
Oh boy.
You gotta
Um,
roll it a
all
couple
the jail.
times before it deserves jail, Dave.
No, it was a nat 1 right
No,
away.
no,
You don't
no.
get a second chance.
Oh.
No. Yeah, you and also you need to train them early. You don't give any leeway. You let them
All
know
right,
very early on that that's
Aurelia,
what they
I'm gonna
need to
do you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push you second.
Boo. That's fine.
Okay. Daerwyn.
Yes.
So you go down to the what ward of the city is that? Hold on. Un momento, por favor, gracias, muchas gracias. So Mert lives south of Castle Waterdeep, south of the mountain, and Mert lives in a large gated manor house near Mistshore, sort of overlooking the naval harbor. It's a beautiful property.
Ooh.
You know you're not really welcome just to kind of walk in his home. Mert sort of upped security.
They're not on walk-in home terms.
They're not on walk-in home terms, but it's not her fault. Mert upped security about 5 or so years ago when he came home to find Laeral Silverhand living in his home. Because Mert doesn't spend a lot of time... Laeral Silverhand is the open lord of Waterdeep. Mert doesn't spend a lot of time at home. So really, when dealing with Mert, you're kind of dealing with in-betweens and interstitiaries. So you have 2 options. You could deal with one of his bankers, or you can leave a message for him to meet you later at the tavern.
I want to leave a message.
Okay.
I trust Mert more so to
All right.
give me a better deal.
It's like a
And a
wise
banker.
choice.
Godrick. Jess, I've sent you a note via Discord.
Oh, I know. I've seen it.
Okay, just making sure. If I ever send you guys a note via Discord, just give me a thumbs up in Discord so I know you've seen it.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. I haven't said that before. Godrick, you were meeting with the Magists.
Yes.
So they don't have like a guild hall or anything like that. It's a very loose. It's a very loose network. And the way you know to get in contact with them, you go to whatever the closest guard station is, and you leave a note basically, and then same deal. They come to you, right? And part of that is because high level wizards and even low level wizards are often very skittish about like people coming into their home, people entering their threshold. You know, it's very much this sort of guest right and being invited in sort of thing. So they want to come to you or meet at a neutral location.
So I leave a note for Aurelia.
Well, so you would leave word with, you would leave word with the watch station that you want a meeting with Aurelia. There would be there's sort of like someone from, like an apprentice wizard there stationed at the watch station that you leave the note with. And then they would cast sending or message or some other, text messaging spell, because those definitely exist, actually.
Could I invite them to meet at the Bookworm's Treasure?
Sure, certainly.
As a just kind of a neutral, so a place where I'd be interested in perusing anyway, and just so I'll be there all afternoon. Come meet me.
Sure. And then you head off to Bookworm's Treasure.
Yes.
Vandal, yours, you can get an actual meeting. And we will come back to Godrick and Aurelia. You follow your contacts and follow clues and signs until eventually you get to sort of an old, dilapidated warehouse. And then you notice that the bottom floor of this warehouse has an armored door and sort of a teller window on the outside. You approach this teller window and a little plate slides open. What do you want?
I'd like to speak to Istrid.
Do you have an appointment?
Not currently, but we are familiar with each other.
So you are not.
Oh, we're not? Okay, I just know them.
You just are aware of them, but roll a deception check.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Yeah, they don't know that.
I don't trust my D20s.
Now, Vandal.
Yeah, like that.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on.
Don't trust him.
Oh, go ahead.
You can do it
Why
in
won't it show me on
Roll20
D&D?
You
D&D
can
Beyond.
Hold on.
click your deception.
There we go. 19
Okay.
plus 5.
All right.
Oh,
yeah.
Get it.
All right.
Lion some
The
bitch.
the door and then the little slider closes, and then you hear the armored door unlock
Okay.
to the warehouse. Stepping in, it is a small lobby waiting room sort of deal with mismatched chairs and a small like coffee table in the center. Do you go and sit down? And there's just one door out of here, I should say. So you go and sit down. After about a minute or so, the other door from the interior opens up, and you see this dark-skinned dwarf, gold dwarf, with a shawl over her head, kind of step in.
Her
So-
hair is so cool.
You I don't know you.
I'm here with a business proposition for you.
Oh, okay. Well, you could have just said that. I happen to be a large fan of business options. Let's talk. How much do you need?
How much? Hold on, party. How much did we say we wanted? 2,000,
15.
or just
I was
12.
I was thinking at least. Well, we have to have 1250, but
At
I was
least
thinking if
1250.
we ask for like, but if we ask for like
1500.
2,000 or 1,500, that gives us some. But we're gonna have to spend money on the security system. We're gonna have to probably spend some money.
Yeah.
Then we have every 10 days we have to
Furniture.
pay like 60 gold pieces.
well,
So-
because Sean didn't mention the 1,000 was to completely renovate the place, right? The one
Yeah, that
A
can
thousand to
correct.
renovate. 1,000 to renovate, and then it's 2,500 for guild fees. So
With the
that's
That's a
renovation.
one-time thing.
It wouldn't-
right? The guild
It
fee.
wouldn't just be like cosmetics; it'd also be like furniture and
furnishings,
Yeah, everything.
furnishing, working taps, working kitchen, working everything.
the only thing it
Um,
wouldn't include is like stock if we want.
it wouldn't include-
ale and
yeah, it wouldn't include supplies.
That's the 60 a week or 10 days. 60 a 10
So
day.
so you have 2,500 for or 1,250 for repairs and supplies, and then if you want to hire employees, it's 50 per week, and if you want to keep it supplied and furnished, it's 10 per week, or supplied and.
So I'm just saying, if we start with at least, I mean, 1,500 would give us a couple of weeks, and then presumably we're also making money at that time.
There is an option
So
to make money.
1,500 to 2,000 would be what I would say we would ask for, depending on the interest rate and like what our repayment of that needs to be.
Well, I can offer you up to 2,500 with 10% interest per 10 day.
Oh Jesus Christ!
And if you miss your first payment, that goes up by 10%.
Oh, that's a lot. So that would be.
Miss your second payment,
we start taking body parts.
we don't want to talk about that, do we?
That would be an extra.
And she's
Like, if we took 1,500, that would be 150 just in interest every 10 day without paying back any of our loan. So if we would have to pay like 250 every 10 day. What is would we know? I know that in the earnings for the tavern, there was like a roll of D100 plus some stuff. And could we have an estimate of what potential earnings per 10 day would look like, so we can base what our capabilities
don't have
of
to
decide
repayment
right
are?
away too. We're just shopping around.
Yeah, I will say it. It's a little
No,
more.
I'm not saying we accept it or not, but
Right. It's a little
Yeah,
more.
just
It's
a
a little more.
range.
It's a little more complex than what is on that chart, because I don't really like that chart to begin with. That the amount you earn. You're like.
I just basically want to know if it's feasible. Like, say we take this and we took the max 2,500, or we're paying at least 250 every 10 day. Is it even feasible to earn that every 10 day, or is that crazy, or is that not a lot to earn in the 10 day? I don't have any
Isn't
frame
she
of
the
reference.
cheapest rate as well?
supposedly
So
she
wouldn't
has
she
a
be-
better interest rate.
Yeah.
I don't actually have the running a business table. Give me a second.
We're also, adventurers. Presumably, we'll be doing other things that we can charge for our services, but we don't want a clubhouse that we have to go adventuring just to pay for it, just to pay back our loans.
Yeah.
There's also the other, we could go looking for a job. If none of these situations look like they're going to pan out, we can go looking for a job that pays us 1,500 gold or something.
So, It's not a lot that you earn. Your goal is to running a business table. Really, the goal is to break even on that table, and then you end up with extra pocket change on top of it. Is the typical answer, and then there's ways to sort of fluff up that role a little bit. Now, anything you guys do on top of, getting in having special events, getting in performers, stuff like that, that makes it more likely to turn a profit.
But would breaking even include potentially paying back this financing?
No, that's separate. Okay. Breaking even so that you're not paying that 60 a week off of employees and
right. Out of pocket.
Right. You're looking at like I need a calculator. I need a calculator for this thing.
Do it live.
Just because I'm dumb and I don't.
I'm not trying to get too into the weeds and make this
I know you're not, but
simulator
I know you're not, but I also do want to give you a fair idea. You're looking at amounts earned sub 100 gold. If assuming that you just let it run its course normally, you're looking at amounts earned sub 100 gold. But that really is more like 150 gold because that's covering the cost of employees and supplies and stuff like that. It's right. Assuming it's covering its own costs, you're looking at under 100 gold per 10 day.
So that makes repayment of that loan very difficult.
With the tavern itself, yes.
Can I haggle?
You can. Would you like to roll a persuasion check?
Which check?
The haggling would be most likely a persuasion check, unless you want to intimidate her. But
I feel like I shouldn't. All right. 19 plus 7, 26.
Ooh.
Thank you,
Plus
online.
7 of persuasion. Holy shit.
Yeah, I have a huge persuasion.
I could make you an offer. If you wanted to, let's say, become more involved in what I have going here, I can give you a member discount.
What kind of activities are we talking about?
We have a few things that need doing around the house, so to speak. Keep watch on some people, talk to some people, make contacts. Deal with people who've gotten a little out of line here and there.
How huge is that membership discount we're talking about here?
Cut interest rates in half.
Interesting.
5%.
Can you give me time to consider all my options? Or do you need an immediate answer?
We'll contact you.
Oh.
Pleasure doing business with you.
She doesn't
I
shake
like
your
her.
hand.
Yeah, I don't think she does.
Just
I
seem like
didn't.
the
Well,
shaking
I didn't
hand.
extend it. I just stood and left.
Yeah.
Aurelia.
Yes.
You make your way
You look at your
to.
backstory, you'll find out that you're brothers with the
If
castle.
you look at your backstory, you'll find out that
It's not night yet, right?
it is not in the nighttime yet. No.
I have an engagement. I don't want to be late for night.
Okay.
Are my party members back at the manor? Yeah.
Again, time is amorphous. So,
Can I
time
leave
is.
them a note, letting them know about the note I got? Because
Oh,
if they're
sure, I
bringing
mean-
you trust. I trust them. So
Okay,
I'd like to
so
leave a
so
note
what would you like the
explaining.
note? What would you like the note to say?
Rainier's invited me on a date. You guys can be third, fourth, fifth wheel. That's fine by me, because he said bring people you trust, and I feel like this could be a situation, so I'd really like you guys to be there to be my wing men and women.
Who
Please and thank
was
you,
it?
dress nicely.
Rainier.
Rainier invited
Oh.
he sent me a
Is that the
message
flame sword
while
guy?
I was bathing.
No.
No, Durnan-
no,
Durnan
this one
the-
held my hand.
The bartender was the
We held
flame
hands.
sword guy. Rainier was. We held hands. Jesus.
He's Harper.
He held hands.
Rainier was. I will bring up his picture. Give me a
He's
second.
he's dreamy.
He's
was he
very
one of, like, the-
dreamy.
Like the guy who
He
looks
was
like Flume?
he was the first one. He was the first one we
That's
got.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
There he is. There's my boy.
Very
The
well
one who we
groomed.
thought who looked like Flume but wasn't Flume.
Wasn't Fluff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
Was
care.
not
I don't
Flume.
care. He's invited me to the. Is it the opera?
The opera. Yes.
It's going to be
Precious.
hilarious to have
Um,
going to the opera.
So,
Can I keep a lookout for nice places for clothes? Because I do not think I own anything formal. I'm just.
You do
presuming
not?
I
I
don't
don't
have
think so.
anything formal on me.
so
So I've
yeah.
left a note for my party members,
You-
letting them know they need to get formal attire if they
You're-
choose to come to the opera.
You're able to find somewhere. Somewhere
Yay.
there. You're in the North Ward. There's dress shops and tailors and what have you. Whatever you're looking for. What would you like to acquire for formal wear? What would you
Do I
like to
have any
do?
dresses that fit me?
Yeah.
We're gonna do a montage. Can I do a
Mm-hmm.
little dress up montage?
An 80s
Q
shopping
Q
makeover montage.
Q 80s makeover of Aurelia montage.
So I don't look
All we
stupid.
d-
Like the clothes
all we
fit me
did was
right. I'm
take
not.
Yeah,
wearing
yeah,
all-
yeah. There are lots of fantasy races that are your stature.
Yeah,
You know.
there's Dragonborn in the city. Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
able
Wanna
to
make
get.
sure I'm not-
I'm pulling up our team pictures so I can envision what this looks like.
Here,
I'd
let's-
like a gown, please.
Okay. Any color or specific notes on that?
Like a deep purple.
Okay. You acquire a deep purple gown. Now, do you put this on before visiting the Castlanters?
Oh, because are they fancy?
From what you understand, they're probably fancy. If anyone referred to by family name is most likely nobility.
Okay, I'd like to change into that because I don't know how it's going to look me rocking up in armor and a shield and looking the way I do.
So the Castellanter Villa has stark white walls and gleaming crimson roof, with turrets that stand out among the opulent estates of the Sea Ward. So you are now in the Sea Ward, which is on the west side of the city, adjacent to the North Ward, where the North Ward is upper middle class. This is real money. This is
Oh,
this
okay,
is
I'm glad I
this
wore a
is yeah, this is fuck you money. There is this 3-story mansion that lies amidst like a picturesque green gardens and surrounded by a white brick wall with a wrought iron fence. The family crest is sort of emblazoned on that wrought iron fence, and it's sort of a green Y shape, overlapped by a stylized white goose that is being fed by a hand that's sort of coming off the side of the crest. Armored guards stand at the sides of the gate, at each side of the gate.
Greetings, fellow combatsmen. I am Aurelia Lighthaven. I have come to request an audience with your people, your lords, ladies. I'm not sure.
Greetings, fellow combatsmen.
Flameo, Flameman. They kind of look at you and they go,
Yeah.
in regards to?
Yes. Sure. Yeah.
Right. They sort of whistle, and you see someone like look up from near the, deeper on in the gardens, just a little kid, and they like flash a hand sign, and the kid goes running off into the gardens. After a minute, the kid comes back out, and you see the kid is dressed in like a little tux, not quite a tux, but like like butler, like he's dressed like a little butler.
Cute.
He swings the gate open. Swing the guards swing the gate open, and he leads you in to.
He's a child, right? So if I compliment how cute he looks, I'm not going to offend him because it's an actual grown man that looks like a child.
Yeah, he's a child, not a halfling or an actual grown man that looks like a child.
Can I compliment his attire and tell him he looks adorable?
Yeah, absolutely. He sort of blushes and doesn't say anything, puts his head down. He escorts you into the grounds, and you see there's these large, beautiful, giant oak trees and these elaborately manicured flower beds here and there. And you see a man and a woman, and I don't have their picture because I didn't count on this. I will show their picture. I will show their picture later. Well, that was my fault, not the fault of you, that I didn't have their picture. Hey, you know what? To be fair, a lot of games are played without tons and tons of picture references. So,
but for future reference, you should definitely read our character charts just to make sure we know.
I should have. So they are a pair of stark, beautiful, like just very well appointed couple. Dark hair. Both of them have very dark hair, dark features, dark eyes. The man is in like the large puffy sleeves, like sort of burgundy and gold and all ornate. He's got a side sword on his hip, and he's got this goatee that sort of curls out and then comes down at a sharp point. Just a little bit of silver at the bottom of the goatee. And the woman she's got hair pulled back and braided, similar colors that gold and burgundy. And she's got a glass of wine. They're seated at a small like garden table. You go to sit down, you approach and they gesture for you to sit down.
Can I curtsy awkwardly? Before
you awkwardly.
I don't know how to greet ability.
Give me a performance check.
Oh, performance. What a treat.
That's with the D20, right? Oh no, I'm not touching that.
Correct.
Actually, mine
Always a
are
D20.
Dice jail.
Always a D20.
Okay.
Those little.
Good.
Unless it's for
shits.
damage or.
Oh, that's a nice way of remembering it. Okay, don't fail me now. Oh boy. Well, the rest of you can see that.
I can't see it. So what is it?
Down. Well, it's a nat 1.
Okay. So you sort of curtsy out, and you're still wearing your combat boots. You didn't think to get nice shoes or anything.
Yeah.
And so there's just sort of the clanking of your combat boots, and you don't notice, but they like look at each other like, okay. You move to sit down.
Can I sit down?
Yeah, you move to sit down, and your combat boots clink against the wrought iron chair that's there, and they you see
Can I
the
scrape the chair along as I try and shuffle it awkwardly under the table?
the woman pours you a glass of a white wine and passes it over, and you just immediately guzzle the thing out of nerves. And she goes, "Oh, okay." My name is Amalia Castellanter. Welcome to our villa. What brings you here?
I'm Aurelia Lighthaven. I've come because I've heard that you dabble in loans to businesses. I myself am potentially going to be acquiring a business, and I was hoping you might be able to help.
Right. Well. Yes, that's what we do down at our offices in the trades ward. Not typically here at our estate, but we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
And his
Apologies for the intrusion.
Her husband.
Didn't you decide where we were meeting?
Oh, I sure did. I also knew where Aurelia would have gone. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Let's say you can't say you come to the wrong building when this is the building you brought us.
Yeah, but this is better for the plot.
Sure. Okay.
I'm happy to do things for the plot.
You notice Victoro is he has the slight tips of half-elven ears, and he sort of inclines his head and says, This is quite irregular, but what is the business you had in mind?
So you know Volo, correct? The everyman.
I am familiar with Volo. He sort of says it with a little bit of distaste.
So we actually, as part of a reward for a quest he sent us on, we got we got to get Trollskull Manor. So that is now with me and my party members, and so we were hoping to turn it back into its former glory. Restoration.
That is quite interesting. Your party is the...
Oh, we don't have a name.
Hold on. Oh, I rolled that right off my desk.
Make sure to get that later.
Your party, that is the Tabaxi and the Dark Elf and the Changeling?
Yes, you've heard of us.
We've kept an eye on you. We were actually thinking of hiring you for something special.
Special. I like special. Yes.
I think something could be worked out to perhaps not a loan, but a payment, if you will.
Okay. We do like quests, my party. So, what were the particulars?
We have something we'd like you to acquire. It's a stone.
Is it Rainier's mother's stone, perchance?
He sort of looks at his wife and goes, "We're not sure where or what it is, but we know the look of it. It would be a small. We could give you the details if you accept.
Okay.
We believe it is in the possession of the Xanathar Guild.
I am familiar with them. I've read my backstory, so I am familiar with them.
Listen.
Hey, see, the backstory process had a function.
I did read my character.
I like how you're all slowly seeing that had a function.
And what kind of payment are we talking here? I just for to go back to my group and.
We of course could give you how much was it that you needed?
Oh, like 2,000 gold.
Very well. We'll give you 2,500 gold up front, and let's say another 2,500 gold, assuming you finish the quest, and we'll consider everything paid off. Water under the bridge.
Damn.
Oh yeah. And that's all we'd have to do is procure the stone. There's no sort of terms and conditions.
Yeah.
Procure, you know, just the
Procure the stone. Procure the stone complete. You know, unharmed, unbroken.
good. Yes, unharmed, unbroken. Okay. Is there a deadline on this, or just the sooner the better?
Let me check that.
I like the 2,500 up front.
Yeah, I'm very, very intrigued by that. I feel like this
Much
might be
less
a good
leg
deal.
breaky.
Yes.
But we also don't know
Much
what
less leg
you know,
breaky.
Daerwyn's got a relationship. Mert's already like inclined to be a benefactor to Daerwyn, so and we know that like this Nylor has the stone, right?
Oh, not the same stone. No. Well, you don't know. You don't know yet what his.
stone.
Yeah. That stone is just a key. The stone Nylor had was just a key to open the teleporter, basically. So maybe that's what they're after.
Okay.
But, we would need it within the month.
30 days. Right?
I think that makes sense. I mean, that would be that would be if this was the route that we decided to take, this would be our next thing, you know, to do. So we'd get started right away.
We can have someone draft up a contract if that's what you're interested in.
Mm-hmm. Is there any way I could just would you like to meet my party members, or can I go convene with them and then return with an answer?
We'll have to get the contract drafted. So of course, send a runner if you decide that is the course you'd like to take, and we'll arrange a meeting to sign the contract and all of that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Aurelia, what is your passive perception?
My passive perception, I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
pretty.
Should be on the bottom left there, or on the left-hand side of your. Oh well, you're on your phone app, so I don't know where it is.
I did find this at one point because I asked you about it. Oh,
It's the first page at the very bottom, Jess.
it's 11. My passive perception is 11.
You notice something that sounds like the fluttering of wings, maybe a bird or something, and you look over and you see these two small children kind of looking through the bushes at you, and they look strikingly like their parents.
Cute kids. Very cute kids.
Yes, we'd do anything for them.
Okay.
Very well. We'll send a runner when
Noted.
It sounded like a threat somehow.
Send a
I
runner
know,
when you
I mean, yeah.
send a runner when you're ready. Very well.
Okay.
Sean,
And
are
now again,
there
and then
there
leave.
What's up, Zach?
Do I have to do a performance check again?
No, you already failed.
are there druids are basically like animorphs, right? Like that. If we heard fluttering, those could have been birds, and they turned into children.
Yeah, or because she only has an 11, I gave her 2 incomplete pieces of information.
Why would you do that?
How dare you?
For the plot.
Game. You just
the
said
plot?
it's mercy. This is for the plot.
It's his
Okay,
world.
so
We're
it's
just
a party.
living in
Yeah.
it currently.
Yeah, I know most people are just watching this for the plot, no other reason.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, just like I just buy it for the articles.
Yes.
Okay, so you return. You all will have now returned to Trollskull Alley. It is sometime around probably 3. Godrick, you are at the Bookworm's Treasure.
The bookworm.
The bookworm himself. Yes, welcome. Peruse the shelves. Let me know if you need anything. We have spell scrolls over here in the back if you're looking for anything in particular. If you have anything rare that you want to part with, let me know. I would love to add it to my hoard. And then he sort of shuffles off.
I would like to... Hold on. Don't let him shuffle off.
Yeah, well, whenever you're... Go ahead.
Part of my backstory, I want to use him to identify... I broke into the restricted stacks of a library and stole a mysterious tome that I have not identified.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to show it to him and ask if he has ever seen anything like it and try to get information about
really
it.
dig into our backstories today.
So, of note, as you pull it out, as you pull out that book, and this is another thing that I wish I was a little more prepared on. Give me a second. Let me read where that is.
Is that song copyrighted?
This is also
that one is.
What I remembered is that my patron
Probably.
wants me to engage in random acts of impulse, and this just came to me as a random act of impulse to.
So
to do
as
this.
you pull out the book and you look at the title it's in this weird script that you don't recognize, and
I can read everything.
But before today you couldn't.
Except for legalese, apparently.
So your eyes instantly, you watch the shift and change, and it says, "Your eyes only." And then the script goes back to illegible.
So that's as I'm pulling it out,
Mm-hmm.
and like I haven't handed it to him yet.
No.
Okay. Then it's like, I'm sorry, sir. I brought the wrong book, but we just moved in right down the street. My friends and I just acquired Trollskull Manor, and so we'll be opening the tap room, and we'll be your new neighbors. So as soon as we open, come on by for the
Is it
the
quiet?
neighborhood discount. And, well, yes, sir. There's going to be lots of seating and a
Space to
potentially
read.
Space. I would love to show you my library once I get it up and running.
I would like that.
And I would love to become.
He gives you
I would love to become
a
your-
wink.
Oh,
I would love to become
I was gonna say.
just in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe we could go down and we could have
Don't ask him to
glass of
go
ale and
down,
discuss our-
Godrick.
I was
our
gonna say,
failure,
first of all,
Or
go
maybe he
down.
wants that. First of all, go down. And then
I
afterwards,
just
you can
I'm
hang
just
out.
a big literature fan myself, and I'd love to become more acquainted with your works and your story.
He agrees and then shuffles off to go do bookworm things.
Okay.
The Zach, you can have a point of inspiration for remembering your
Going
book
down. Nice.
and going down.
I'm gonna fuck that old dragon.
As, what's interesting is when you see him, he's not that old. He's just like not physically. He's a man that spent way too much time with his books, right? Like,
Right. And that's about as attractive as you can get to Godrick. So yeah.
After a little bit, there's a you hear
The bell
what's
at the door.
No, not quite. You hear like strange noises followed by just a loud explosion and then the clanking of metal outside in the alleyway. and then
Can I go?
so before
Sorry,
you
go
can
ahead.
even make it to the door, the door on the shop opens up, and you see sort of very K2SO like leaning in and like getting under the door frame this
It's a
large
robot? Ooh.
metal
Ooh.
construct. It looks around and then dips back out, dips back out the door, and you see a female dwarf walk in, and she sort of takes a look at this place, shouts back, "What is this guy's name?" Okay, cool. "Rachel, everything good in the shop?" "Yes, Ukoria, good to see your old weather-beaten face." And Ukoria just looks at you and goes, "You called?"
Yes, hello, Orcorio. We have much to discuss, but I have to immediately, where can I get one of those, fellows, your companion? Are they for hire?
Shield Guardian.
Yeah, that is, primo stuff.
That is a great question.
Really like it.
That's a great question. I'm not sure. And by that I mean Sean's not sure. Let me find out.
I just want to say the
You
image
couldn't
is
give
giving,
you
like,
couldn't introduce a character as K2SO and not immediately expect me to be like, how do I make one of those my best friend? In this one instance, I found my librarian bookmonger boyfriend and my future buddy cop best friend Shield Guardian. This is the best day of Godrick's life.
Love that for him.
And
Yeah,
I'm beating.
so happy.
I feel like
I believe she made
First
him.
of all, beating.
she
sorry.
made him.
I think she crafted him.
Are they of your creation?
That one is I suppose you could commission one, find dwarves with more time and less sense than me, and perhaps get one made.
Oh well, I definitely
Is
want to.
That why you called me?
No, I'm sorry. I was just distracted by the glory of your creation.
Thank you.
What I would really, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Godrick.
I know who you are.
I'm, slightly lapsed member. I've been traveling, and I spent some time in a pocket dimension, being tortured by a celestial being, and now we're back here in Waterdeep. But I am officially a member of your order, and my friends and I have recently come into the ownership of the Trollskull Manor. Are you familiar? Right down the street. Tap room on the bottom.
Yeah,
residence on.
You could say I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
So are you familiar in a general sense or like in a work sense in terms of has the Watchful Order ever been called to respond to the location? Because I'm gonna level with you. We know that we have an otherworldly infestation. If I may be so bold.
Doesn't surprise me. I can imagine the place is haunted. The things I saw there, I had to get out. You're taking good care of the place. You've repaired it. You've done all that.
Well, we're in the initial stages, but the reason that I've contacted you is I feel that there is a mutually beneficial situation, both for myself and my partners, as well as the order. As you know, there's a grand tap room in the first floor. as well as grandiose living quarters, especially after we get them repaired in the second and third floor. And so, while my friends and I are going to be occupying the top floors, we will have some spare bedrooms for rent, some common spaces, some meeting spaces, spaces for private dinners or special meetings, as well as the tap room. And if the order is interested, I would like to propose a partnership with a guild member such as myself being one of the owners. If you would provide us with the security and protective wards that might mitigate any future ghost experiences, we might be willing to Specters, just the things that go whoosh in the night. But if you could help us mitigate that, we might be willing to offer some meeting spaces for the order and some emergency housing and
a safe house,
of course, a friends and family discount on the food and beverages.
So, you want me to put expensive wards on your home, and we get discounted rooms?
No, well, I think our relationship goes deeper than that. We know that the Order is a fairly loose organization, and so that's not, putting them in black and white. This is what you get, and this is what we receive. It's not really the correct exchange. What I'm really saying is that
keep persuading her.
In exchange for your services, this is you're buying a friend in Trollskull Manor. When you need help, we will help you. It's more of a loose agreement rather than a tit for tat.
Here's what I can offer you. I will give you wards at a discount. I don't care about the Order, right? They're fine. I'm a business lady here, okay? It's my job. I do my job because I get paid when I do my job. We can ward. We could put wards wherever you want them. And the way wards work, I'm going to tell you, Godrick, the way the spell Glyph of Warding works. You inscribe a glyph on some sort of surface. Doesn't matter what that surface is. Could be a door, could be the floor, could be a table, could be a piece of cloth. It could be on the inside of a book or a scroll or what have you, right? You could put this wherever you want. You could put it on your sword, right? Put it wherever you want. The glyph covers an area no larger than 10 feet. And then you choose an effect and you choose a trigger, right? So let's say, for example, a ghost comes within 10 feet of the ward. You could make it explode and deal damage. Either acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. Or you can make it trigger a spell. And the spell must be 3rd level or lower.
But I don't have to...
Less.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Bless you.
I don't have to have... That doesn't have to be a spell that I have.
No. It would have to be a spell that she has access to.
But she would have like a freeze spell or something like that.
Looking at her, she would have access to a lot of spells. Best you could surmise by her appearance, she is a very high level archmage.
So we could decide. I might need to lean into because I just don't have a big knowledge of it, but some sort of spell that would.
Yeah, it'd be something
I don't necessarily want to harm this thing. If anything, I'd want to like hold it in place so we could communicate with it.
Okay.
And solve whatever fucking problem.
There are spells that would be able to
I
do.
don't necessarily.
There are
Don't
spells that would
necessarily
be able to
want
do that.
Kill this thing. Right.
So
Right. And then what the protections would be? We'd want the whole place.
Yeah, so typically you do it to the entrances, right? So nothing can enter through those, and it could be anyone not, for example, you give everyone a rock with a rune inscribed on it, and anyone not carrying a rock like that can't enter the door, or anyone without a key to the manor. If they enter the door, something happens, right?
But we'd also have to figure out something with the tavern, because it's open to the public. So it would.
You would do that. Remember your entrance to the manor itself is a separate entrance.
Right. No, I know, but I want that protected. But also, the ghost was in the fucking.
Oh well, sure. Then but I'm saying that's a separate. You could make the trigger specifically trigger off undead or a specter, or you know what I mean. Sure. You could make the trigger, when Volothamp Gadarm walks through the door, this casts Ice Knife on him, right? It's you can make it incredibly specific.
Okay, so if we wanted to cover our bases,
each ward is going to cost you 300 gold. If you want them to do higher level spells than just level 3, for every level you go up, it's an extra 50 gold.
Okay.
She is gonna discount it 100 gold off per ward.
Okay. And so looking at, we would basically need 2 of them to cover the building, like our entrance to the residence and entrance to the tavern.
Right.
And we can is it fair to assume? I know this is a little
metagame. It's fine.
Wall. Is it fair to assume that in this space, in arranging this sort of thing, that we could know that the Spectre hasn't returned and isn't
Oh,
currently occupying the manor?
Oh, you have no idea.
Okay, but either keeping something out also is keeping that thing in. If it tries to leave, if it's there now and we don't know about it, tries to leave, we're having the same effect.
Correct.
If we're doing whatever, grab it,
correct,
slime, whatever.
Correct.
Okay. So, Orcorio, that is an amazing offer, and I really appreciate the discount. If it's all right with you, I need to consult with my partners in this endeavor, and
very well. There's one more. Really there's one more thing I wanted to cover here. I want that tavern running. So if there's anything that needs to be killed, you kill it. You get it out of there.
Well, do you have any additional information on what might be in there? You said you had to get out of there, but all I have to go on, being honest with you, Olcoria, is just a rush of air. And
all I know is when I sold
to identify it.
All I know is when I sold the place, it was fine.
You owned the tavern?
Yeah, about a century ago.
Oh, well.
How many owners have there been since?
Yeah, how long did it run after?
Well, I sold it. I sold it to a shield dwarf family who fell on hard times. I feel bad for them, but what are you gonna do, business lady here? I know who they sold it to turned it into an orphanage. Turns out it was a hag cooking children. So she was dealt. She was dealt with. And then passed through. No one's really owned the place. I mean, people have owned it, but no one's lived there since.
Jeez.
Oh Jesus! So there's a. Okay, so do you think that is the? Do you think that is the being that we encountered, the spectral form of this hag?
No, hags would go to the Feywild when they die.
So this could be one of the eaten children.
Perhaps, or an owner after. I wouldn't imagine the place would be very what's the official magic term? Have good juju after that happens, you know.
Jeez.
Love me some
okay.
juju.
Well, Coria, I appreciate your time. I just want to have one last,
Jeez.
I want to make this offer to you, Coria. Are you interested in having, your own place in Waterdeep? Do you think that in the Trollskull Alley,
Where I reside
do you
is
think
none of
that,
where I reside is none of your business.
this is more of market research. If we were to reopen the tavern that you'd like to be reopened,
Oh, would
do you
I
think
like?
there would be?
Oh, I would come. I would come by for a
an
drink all the time.
apartment and if there were a couple rooms available for rent, do you think people would be responsive to that idea?
I am very picky about where I stay.
Well, I meant more just girl.
Do I think other people?
Like-
Oh, you mean would other people?
Yeah.
I mean, it was quite lucrative when
Yeah.
I owned the place. I just had other things to go do. I couldn't watch after it.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate you meeting
Roll
with me.
roll an insight, Zach. Roll an insight check.
Okay. I'd also like to do the secret handshake of the
Order.
the guild. That is a insight.
So there
That's a
is
6.
6.
Woogity woogity.
She seems very cagey. She seems very cagey about where she lives. But you would also know the order doesn't have any sort of handshake. There's no. You don't want to touch other members of the order. You don't want to make direct eye contact for too long. Wizards are real weird about things, right? Because they know all the things that magic can do. So they're like trying to avoid, meeting your eyes, prolonged hand touch. So it's more of like a head nod, and then she walks out the door, and as the doors open, you watch suddenly a circle lights around her, and a flash of light, that same explosive thunder sound, and she's gone.
What about her shield?
Gone with her.
With her.
Yeah. So however she
Okay,
travels, she does not she is very you could tell she's like almost doomsday prepper levels of like, I go everywhere with my shield guardian. My specialty is in protective ward spells.
Like paranoid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
But the other thing you can tell,
150. Did you say?
no, 200 per ward.
200. And that was what was that with the discount?
That's the discount.
Yeah, it was 300 to 200. Yeah. So
that's a
if
one-time
we end up taking
thing.
right?
So let's do this.
Well,
Let's-
is it one time until it once it triggers? is it
yeah, once it's
broken?
triggered, triggered, it's dead. But it would probably be cheaper to refresh a ward.
Gotcha.
But once it's expelled, it's expelled. All right, let's do this.
I'm very happy with that.
You guys all reconvene at the tavern, and let's share information and figure out what you guys want to do next. And then we'll call it there, and we can structure for next session.
Well, the one
I never
thing
met
that we
mine,
haven't,
so.
the one, yeah.
no,
we
but he
haven't
said
met Mert
he
yet.
said he would come to you.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
It's fine. We could do it. We could do it later. It's fine.
let me check something, okay?
My thought for y'all, just table talk wise, is that Aurelia's offer. I'm sure that it's
Yeah.
going to be more complicated, but that offer is
Obviously.
way better than
Up
being in
front.
debt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
That's where I'm at.
Jill, correct. You have not met yours. He said he would meet at the tavern. Or
Yeah.
You sent him a message to meet at the tavern, but you also know Mert is not punctual.
Mm-hmm.
He'll come when he's ready.
He's also, you said he was the one that was like really big projects. Like this would be below
Mm-hmm.
his normal.
Correct. But I
Threshold,
also said that. I'm looking for where my pen went, but oh well. I also said that knowing that Daerwyn had backstory with Mert, so
Right.
he would make exceptions for people he knows.
Right. So my thing is that if we get the 2,500 up front, we can like give it to the
Start.
guild. Like
Yeah.
we'll be done in we'll be
Yeah.
open for business in a week, and then still have a ton of surplus. We could do the security stuff, even with that first thing. Still have a surplus of money, and then go on this adventure
Use
and
that
then be
surplus to start
really
paying
set.
them back right away.
Yeah.
No, the
We don't
20
even have no.
the Castellaners you don't have to
Oh,
pay
you
back.
have to, that's
Yeah.
right. There's no
No,
interest.
it's
That's
not
right.
alone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Boom, done.
It's not alone.
Except
It's
it's
just
on
payments. It's just our
presumably
down
epic
payment.
adventure.
Yeah, 100%. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And then we're going to the opera. So, get your glad rag.
Oh
We're
yeah,
going to
we're
the
going to the
opera.
opera. I
having a
already have an
joyful
idea for the wizard robes that I'm buying, and like what they look like, what my fancy robes look like.
I'd like to see
Your dress
that.
robes, as
So
you will.
think the hand-me-down robes that Ron Weasley has.
With
in,
the
I was gonna
ruffle.
say, are they Ron Weasley? Like
yeah,
the
for the
round
for the
thing, bro?
with the ruffly thing and the
I look like
That's-
my great
you
aunt
guys-
Tessie. Smell like my
Do you
great
guys
aunt
have-
Tessie.
Do you guys have any other besides? I think date before adventure. Like we can have the meeting finalizing the adventure, and then we have to go to the opera beforehand. If you would truly like all of us to go,
The opera.
Yes,
we'll give you your space.
Yeah, Aurelia, why don't you tell them whatever you want to tell them about that?
yes. Well, he sent me a message while I was in the bath, so that's why my bath took longer. But he's invited us to the opera. We invited.
Aurelia.
Yes.
the
So
reason
he's
why?
invited us to the opera. Well, me, but then he said to bring people who I trust, and of course I trust you. So if any of you would like to come along, because that sounds very intriguing that he wants me to bring people I trust. But you have to dress formal.
It also, we do have to be careful though. If that should lead to an adventure, we have once we accept the Castellaner deal, they want it within a month. So
Yep.
we have.
Can
we'll
we-
have
can
to
we go to
prioritize
the
our
opera
would
time.
first?
also
We
give
make
us
a
a little bit
decision.
of time.
I definitely
Well,
think
they
we
seem
can.
Seemed to
I
run
definitely
us,
think we
so
can.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think they needed it right
And
now. so
maybe
we could
maybe
go
we
to
he'll
the
can go.
opera.
join us on the Castle Lantern venture. So maybe.
Vandal, do you want to share your?
Oh, with Istrid? Yeah, Istrid told me that she can loan us the money with 5% interest per week. However, if we miss payment, it goes up
Well,
5% every week.
it's 10%, 5% if you decide to.
5% if we decide to unofficially join her endeavors. Officially, unofficially.
And like go fucking run collections.
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
I don't know.
Go break some legs on her
I
own.
like my limbs. I like my limbs a little
How
bit
does
too much to
I don't know about our alignment?
do that.
Mhm.
Feeling super good about that.
Bad juju.
But I know we're also
don't mind
not
it.
like that's not what we're doing. I mean, like I am not against doing bad things to bad people. But if
No.
it's like
Anyone's a bounty hunter.
if she
Who gives
sends
a
us to
shit?
like, but if she sends us to like collect on like the baker that like had to borrow 50 gold to like repair his
Oh.
oven so he could keep
She sends it to
feeding
the
our
baker who made us
family.
the stroop waffles in the morning.
No,
yeah,
no.
if she makes us go beat up Ego, like
We'll-
I'll feel
We'll break his
some type of way
leg, not
about
his
it.
hands. He can still bake. We'll just break other limbs.
He doesn't. You don't need a leg to bake. It's fine.
Right?
All right, that was fun. I'm
All
feeling
right.
good.
So what's
I'm
your
really excited.
what's your guys' thought on the play then? Do
Do
you guys want to
do we-
do?
Do we want to go to the play first and then see what?
Well, the play is
Serena
the
has
play.
to do?
There is a time for the play, right? The play is tonight.
Darren
have
has
to
not
go
to
tonight.
And then you could
Darren's-
send.
Darren's not a play.
I
And
think
then
we want to go to the play first, and then like tomorrow, presumably,
you send a runner for
We
the
could do
Castle
some
Lantern.
a runner. Yeah,
Yeah.
but and we're talking next session for this.
Yeah.
as well.
So we're gonna do
Right, yeah.
opera, and then Castle
Runner.
Lanterns.
yeah,
Okay.
because the opera could influence that decision.
Mhm.
We don't know what's going to happen at the opera. You know,
Yeah, we
funny
don't.
things happen on the way to the forum.
Great. Well, I know kind of a weird, a bit of a weirder session compared to the last couple, right? A little more freeform. Next
I
one's
enjoyed this.
next one's probably
enjoyed it.
I really like it.
Sim.
next one's kind of going to be similar because we're going to be wrapping up these loose ends and then going through the time of constructing the tavern and stuff like that. And I got the time wrong on the stone. It is 2 months. The stone is 2
Oh, we got
months.
more time.
Yeah.
Okay, even
It's a
better.
little bit better.
Okay.
So,
But it's also could be situations where it's like you said, it's not 2 months of us every day slogging through
no.
an adventure. Like there could be time, like we have to travel somewhere or wait on something or do something.
Right. But I will double check that time, and we will confirm that timing when you meet with the Castellanters. But I have to double check dates and stuff.
Okay.
Sean, our next, are we?
We will talk about
entering the
that.
holidays.
We will talk about that off stream. But I would like to do it the 30th, if that works for everyone. But we will talk about that. We will talk about that off stream so that no one is bound to anything.
Oh no, I was just forecasting.
Yeah, I would like to do it the 30th. I guess technically we could do the 23rd, but I would like to do it the 30th.
Okay.
That's Christmas Eve for me. I don't know if that's.
Oh yeah, that's Christmas Eve for you. That's why. That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't have the 23rd, because I did do that math. I didn't do the math that the 30th was New Year's Eve for you, but you said that's fine.
I'm
Okay.
boring. I'm not doing anything too exciting.
Yeah. So I would like to do it the 30th, but we'll talk off stream so no one's bound to anything. But cool. Hey, if you guys want to check out, we've got level up episodes, leveling everyone up from level 1 to 2 over on the YouTube channel. There is, I believe there should be a link being posted by the bot in the stream, but I could be wrong. It probably isn't. So check on Twitter. You guys all know where to find it. We will, this coming week, we're going to have a special video, hopefully that I can get finished before I go out of town on Friday. It's going to be a special video with myself and Kiwi Jess, which should be fun. Future ones of those will have features more of the cast, but the pilot is going to be myself and Jessica, and we will have potentially some back to normal streaming for me this week. I think the plan is to stream on Tuesday. We're either going to be playing Tears of the Kingdom or Baldur's Gate, so stay tuned for that. I'll have updates for that on Twitter. Other than that, we will see you guys for Rookies and Rulebooks when we figure out the date. Stay tuned.